3 on my last one.
Yo, I think I have fixed the stream.
Have you got any more natural one animations?
No, not at this point in time. I ended up messing about with other stuff. So it was a lot of world building, some screen transitions, some minor tweaks to the stream, and other background stuff on Roll 20 that I sorted out this week.
I'm looking through the D6s to find what I rolled for HP, and I just keep coming across regular all the time. There's just so many. Too many Oryx as well now. Oh, I got 6 on the one before.
Too many Oryx.
Yeah, lots of D6 is probably Bard stuff, isn't it? Bard inspiration, but
I think that's D8s now, isn't it?
It's still D6.
Oh,
because I took
I
the
used to be
leveling
D4,
through
didn't it?
it.
Alright.
No,
Only person we went on is Sam to join Roll 20, and then we can begin session 26.
Wow.
Last of the year, as Nathan pointed out.
Yeah, good point.
Just a quick check. Joel's here?
No.
No,
Shit.
he's not.
Right.
He's not. Damn it.
Right.
Let's scrap the session, boys.
Let's go.
Right, okay. So on your screen, you should have a current objectives page with all your quests for the time being, and current indication of where you are on the map. But yeah, this will be your splash ball. So if you guys are unsure what's going on, what your group's trying to do, I'm going to try and get this updated as best as I can. I should have disabled drawing because I knew Adam would immediately draw on it. Because the first time I went back and that Strahd picture for the first time in a very long time, there was a lot of doodles on it. Let's just say that.
Hey, that had been there for a long time.
Right, so
it's not updated very often.
True,
I like
true.
looking at pictures and seeing one of these things, or two of these things actually, really. Just Max's and Debbie's like icons going.
Oh, I have all the pictures turned off.
Yeah,
So.
I know, but you have the one you use for the one Christmas one shot, and Debbie has the same as well.
Oh, that's fine.
And Sam is stuck on his more annoyingly voiced character.
Oh, is it Toldic?
Yeah, I forgot his name.
Yeah, nothing's different about my Flint picture, so.
I think your Lizardman refers to him as the loud one anyway, right? Doesn't refer him to where it's actually named. The annoying one.
I think so. It's the loud soft skin, yes.
Right, so we'll just do a quick top to bottom just to see if everyone's here. So first on my list is Nathan, are you here?
Probably.
Probably. Debbie, you're here. Awkward silence.
Debbie, you're muted.
Debbie's dead.
We'll come back to Debbie.
Debbie's not dead.
Debbie's not dead. Okay.
Sorry.
That's all right. Ben, are you here? Are you got tea?
Hello.
You have tea. Perfect. Adam, you're definitely here. Sam, you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
And last but not least, Joel.
Yeah. Hi guys, long time no see.
It's been a while. Right.
It's been about a month and a half since played some D&D, so pretty exciting.
So, yeah, exactly.
Good news is Chad's no
killed
longer
off your
taking you off on a merry adventure.
Well, speaking of Chad and the merry adventure ending, the lucid dream Sofia was experiencing at the time when Chad took over consciousness. Effectively, what happened during this time for you, Joel, is effectively you were still aware what's going on, but you're firmly at the, think of it on the back seat of a car kind of thing. You weren't on the driving, so you could see and were aware of everything that's going on, but it was definitely not you doing anything. You did a lot of hippie stuff, is the best way I can describe Chad. So you hugged a bunch of people, made some flower coronets, and just gave stuff to the poor. You just being generally nice and wholesome.
I definitely think that the phrase "that's so Chad" will be a new phrase that we are going to bring into our vocabulary.
Hopefully so. But unfortunately, like the group mentioned, a lot of stuff happened in last session. Chad no longer being aware or conscious is one of them. So at that point, what we'll do, we'll pan the scene to Sofia in her bedroom at the Blue Water Inn. As your consciousness starts to not break's the right word. Your mental state is unstable. So you It was to and fro into consciousness as you trying to get used to your own body again. But you blink once, blink twice, and then you enter into. You just come aware in this just black, vastless void. You're feeling like you're like floating in a way, but you feel like a sensation of grass is underneath your feet. It's like fresh grass, like in a summer morning. It's nice and refreshing, but you don't see anything around you. Do you want to do anything before this void? You want to call out, or what would you like to do?
Yeah, like
Flash rolls through panic kind of thing?
my first thought behind it is that Rayla's playing a trick on me. So I kind of want to sort of like I kind of look at myself. Do I have like Olos hands or do I have Sophia hands? Like
You
what?
have Sophia's hands. You're still yourself. You do look down, and yeah, the elephant skin is definitely not there.
Right. So I am Sophia still.
Yes.
Okay. So I kind of want to reach out into the void and just sort of gather my surroundings.
Okay.
If I
As
can
you
even feel anything or
you reach out. You don't feel anything to touch or latch onto. You do take a step forward as more grass, so it's not a cliff edge, thankfully for you. But as you get your bearings and your eyes get accustomed to this like complete blackness, you do see a shape forming, towering above you, that looks to form a very long, toothy grin in the darkness, bright white.
So my immediate reaction here is to Eldritch Blast.
Roll to attack.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming.
I was going to do a smell check first, but that's fine.
You can do that first if you want, but it's up to you.
Let's do the smell check. Let's do the smell check first before.
Okay.
So perception. I get
Perception olfactory.
KH1 plus 4. 20.
So this is to try and figure out where you are, kind of thing.
Yeah, sort of part
Okay.
of my. It's an investigation roll, so yes, absolutely.
Perfect.
So
From your travels and picking up various bits of trying to cure yourself for the path, you believe you're currently in a demi-plane. You're no longer on the material plane. This is a different world altogether.
okay, and this is not the kind of feeling I get when I sort of teleport in and out of Barovia.
No, this feels
completely different.
This feels very ominous, and it's like you have goosebumps and your arms are on edge, like with the hairs standing tall. It's like, do you know how a cat will just be completely raised up?
Mm-hmm.
It's like your body's just screaming like out in danger. Everything, even your cells is screaming out in danger, kind of thing. This is not a good place. This is not where you should be.
All right. Yeah, I would be Eldritch. Any sudden movement, any sudden thing that I see or hear, I'd Eldritch Blast immediately.
The grin emerges towering above you, and I believe that's the point you want to Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me just quickly check my hit roll. Oh wow. Okay, that's changed. That's exciting. 18.
It's a good throw, but it just flies through the grin. Doesn't seem to phase it any shape or form.
I'm sort of shocked. That's nothing I've seen before.
Okay.
And as someone who has travelled throughout,
yeah, this is a
Barovia,
first for you. Yeah.
This is a like real first for me.
Right, I'll pan you guys all to the screen as the figure leans closer into the very small amount of light in the area. And we'll transition over there now for you.
Well, that can frankly get fucked.
It's Rictavia, guys. Look at the hat.
To be fair, that is what I was imagining Rictavia's hat to look like. Well, now your hats, as I very kindly got you.
Yes.
Your own hat.
Who wants to tell him?
No, he'll find out.
Well.
all grown up, have we?
Who are you?
See, everyone knows me. I am the pills to every heads, every straight to every royal flush. Everyone's bad luck to their good luck. Some call me fate, others call me Loken. Mind you, I'm mighty upset that you've seem to have forgotten me.
Max.
I don't want to break the thunder here, but like, I
You
can't
are
really make out words.
No.
Ah, there we go. I thought it'd be bad. There we go. Let's fix that.
It was
Is that
good.
I could.
I got it. Just.
It was
just?
good,
But
it
I
wasn't
also
really...
knew what I also knew what I was listening for. So
Never mind. It
That's
was
why
worth a try.
yeah.
That's the one worry I had with that tool, so let's get
It's
rid
fine.
of
You
that.
can.
You just need a little bit of tweaking, I think.
Yeah, a little
It's
bit.
fine.
Tweaking.
I want to hear your big
It's
your big
okay.
voice
So
of yours.
imagine it being a bit big like that,
Yeah, go on.
but I'll reiterate what I said. I'm your tails to every head. I'm every straight to every royal flush. Snake eyes to your servants. Some may call me the hand of fate. Others call me Loken. Now tell me, little Misty, what's brought you to my plane once more?
I'm not too sure. I one minute I was with my I don't even I call them friends. But now I'm here?
Well, well, well. Seems as fate has decided to side with you once more, child. Still remember to this day when your parents took the
My
deal.
parents?
Why, yes, did they never talk about the deal they and I conducted?
No.
Well, let's just say I had a hand to your enhanced sense of smell. They rolled the dice and lost, you see. Now, will you be the same?
What? Why? I don't want to.
You see, the strands of fate, they seem to have a way of bending around you, twist and turn. Fate has an odd reaction to an individual like yourself, so when you see a handful of you, you could say you have piqued my interest, mortal.
What do you want with me?
My. I'm just a gambling man enjoying the show. But if you were to ask me for what I wanted, let's just say there is a certain someone who's been escaping the hand of fate for far too long. Vampire and his puppet has evaded my dice for far too long. Their time has come and gone a long time ago. I am ready to collect the debt. As everyone knows, the house always wins in the end. And could say I just need a little bit of muscle on the other side to try and push things on. Make sure fate is restored once again. The balance is restored. I believe you are familiar with this man. I believe he calls himself Strahd.
Interesting.
Now,
What do you need me to do?
well, I propose a deal. I grant you a small part of my powers and return a service to, let's just say, we see the Strahd fella back in the ground and doesn't come back out again. Catch my drift?
That sounds good to me.
Splendid. Well, can't keep you here for too long. Don't want to risk breaking your psyche. Mortals don't last very long in this damn plane. So I'll be sending you on back, but when you awake, check nearby. You'll have a very special gift of mine.
Can I see
Yeah.
you again?
I'm a busy man, but no, I'll always be watching. If you need me, give me a holler, and let's just say we'll see what fate decides at that point. He'll start like cackling maniacally at you as you blink back to the room.
Do I sort of slowly come to consciousness then?
Yes, you're feeling very nauseous though.
Excellent. Is first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of sit up straight, like literally like I've seen a ghost. Is anyone in the room with me? Is Sterling watching? That is my question.
You are alone, but you do hear various voices downstairs of your group members.
Okay. I sort of like feel my body and make sure that it's me again. Again, I have this sort of complex since I only turned back a couple of days ago.
Exactly.
So I just feel like I'm dreaming and I'm still elephant and not human.
Well, you tap around yourself. You're still human. However, on your person, you feel something that was not there prior. You don't remember. You feel a small wooden box.
Okay. Is it locked? Is it just a closed box? Is it?
It's a
got hinges
closed
or-
box with a slide cover on it.
Okay.
And on it is engraved a picture of a sun and an eye in the middle.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that at this point I would have recognized that this is the gift that it was that he was talking about, or I could assume anyway. This is the gift he
Seems
was
to
talking
fit the
about.
bill, yes.
Amazing. Can I? I sort of slowly get up. I want to leave the box on the bed and lock the door.
Okay.
And then I attempt to try and open the box.
Inside the box, you find a deck of cards.
Okay. Can I determine, like, is it a small deck, medium deck, large deck? Like, what am I working with here?
Is a deck of if you were to run your fingers across the top of them, it appears to be 156 cards total.
Oh my god! Right, 1 second. 1 second.
And
I need
if
some paper.
No, I've got it on the
Okay.
screen for you. I've got it on the
Okay.
screen.
Oh,
Do you see him?
you're the best. Yes, I can. Oh my god, that's great.
So you have a flick through. You don't draw a card. I'll show you a picture as an example. So give it a quick shuffle. I'll deal you a card. I'll deal you one card to Sofia. You should have a card next to your name now. Roll 20.
I do. I've clicked on it. Yeah. It's upside down, but that's fine.
I can steal it. Can you see what it is?
Yeah. I can see it. I can see it. Yeah. Fine. Yeah.
Okay. What you can do is you can drag it onto the screen so everyone can see.
Well, you still it back now.
Oh, okay.
So you've got
I can give it. Oh.
But it is upside down.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. They
Okay.
appear to be tarot cards.
That's fine, guys. Don't worry.
Ooh. 156. My god. Okay. Yep. Lovely. Is it just the cards, or is there a container? Is there something to hold them?
On the underside of the box holds the deck. On the underside of the lid, there's an engraving, and it says you can roll the dice of fate once a day.
Okay.
Sometimes it'll come up heads. Sometimes it'll come up tails. But
Okay.
Logan's power be with you. If you need an extra touch of help, you can draw another card, but it will drain your strength quite mightily. Essentially, what it'll do is, if you can draw a singular card a day. If you want to draw additional cards, it will cause you a point of exhaustion.
Okay. Yeah, I know all about that. That's fine. Okay.
Everybody's wild magic sorcerers now.
Put the deck
Um,
away for now, as you store
amazing.
it on
So
your person.
yeah. Okay. I'm happy with this. This is all good. No problems.
Perfect. So what would you
Cool.
like to do? You hear the rest of your group downstairs. Do you want to congregate with them?
Yeah. Let's head down. Sort of. Very very slowly. As if. Well. Nothing. Still have no idea what's happened in the last God knows how long. So I'm like very very queasy and very very sort of like
Oh, very
very
nauseous,
slow walking
motion sick.
downstairs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's rough. Yeah.
I feel
as
like
she's
I'm on like a
going-
moving platform at every single step I take.
If we're downstairs, can as she's coming down the stairs, I be going up the stairs?
Yeah, you can bump into it. Yeah.
Okay. Auric,
Hmm?
she's not dead.
We don't know that.
Come with me, Sophia.
Oh, hey Flynn. Oh,
There you go, Auric. She's alive. Just as Dianca said.
I'm gonna fall down the last step and sort
Oh.
of like.
See, she's dead. I told you.
If she's falling down, can I try and stop her from falling?
You certainly
Or-
can. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Wait, did I know that we thought she was dead? Because I knew outside of the game.
No. No.
No, this is just some crazy theory. Because I'm so confused as to what happened.
Yeah.
So you've returned from the church. You attended to the children, make sure they were okay.
Oh, okay.
That only happened over
Well,
the course of a
true.
day.
Yeah. All of that was in a day.
So she was only
Max.
missing for a day.
Could I use my new feat I got, or feature, whatever it was, the Champion of the Dryads? Can I roll my 1d4 for my mushrooms?
You certainly can.
Yeah.
Well, no, she stayed
You
at
say
the
it was.
orphanage
You
till the
say it
top
was
of
a
the castle.
day, but you have to remember that we were in the middle of
Yes.
combat and she disappeared.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but like I also
I
try to
know.
figure out.
It's been
What's the
hours.
last
It's been like 6-7 hours afterwards.
Yeah. It's the Auric.
So we
I don't
haven't
know.
had a long rest. We haven't gone to bed or anything.
No, not yet. No.
Oh,
Honestly,
okay.
few items.
I'll keep that roll for later.
Yeah, just keep it for the morning. Yeah.
So what
So
time is
Auric,
it now?
She's not dead.
I would say about 9, maybe 10 p.m.
Okay. Yeah. So did I fall down? Did
Oh, I
Flint
tried.
save me?
Do I need to roll to save her, or
You can do a dex. Yeah, you can make a dex move to try and see if you can catch her.
just with my modifier, or
Yeah, sure.
okay, excellent.
Failed
A
for
nay.
next
I would
time.
say because it's not a massive distance she's falling down, you do catch her.
Excellent. And we don't want you actually dying, probably.
Dying? Who's dying?
You do.
Why am I back here?
I don't know. You ran off with. Well, you just ran off while we were fighting the shadow
that-
demon.
The last thing I remember, we were exploring a house, and then I went to get Chad, and
And then you
And
never
I think
came back.
Chad took you. Yeah. Seems like a. Anyway, that curse is lifted now.
what do you mean the curse was lifted? Like my curse was lifted?
I don't
Kind
know.
of,
What curse was
yes.
lifted?
I had Sterling use a remove curse spell upon me, and that removed the curse of Chad.
Such a funny phrase to say out loud.
Strange thing to say outside.
1 second. Does anyone have my bag?
I don't. Unless she's standing up on her own, I'll walk away. Although if you're not going to run away again, we will have a lot to talk about. So
I need my bread.
She's fine.
Do you remember your bag, your possessions was in the room? Chad wasn't mean enough to make you abandon anything.
Okay. And then when I say to myself I need the bread, I go to the bar and ask for a loaf of bread.
Okay, at the bar, you do see the wife of the barkeep. I'm just trying to remember her name.
Dianca.
Was it
Something
Dianca?
like that. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
Danica.
what I
Danica, that's it. Close enough.
Danica.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
that's
wife
close.
of Erwin. Danica is attending to the bar. She pops to the back and offers you a loaf of bread for 1 cup of tea.
1 copper piece.
Yeah,
Oh,
freshly made today,
absolutely.
that's why.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll take that.
There we go. She hands you
Thank
a
you
loaf.
very much.
Oh, no trouble at all, my darling.
It's 1 copper and a silver, yeah?
1 copper for the...
Sorry. 10 copper and a silver, sorry. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah, I
that's
think
about
so.
right, yeah.
Cool. Cool. So is everyone sitting down by at a table?
The
Yeah,
rest
we've
of the
got
group
fair-
is, except for Rayla. And I think this is a good point for Debbie's character to walk into the tavern after a long day out.
Is she not with us?
No,
No,
she was
I
looking after
am.
the kids.
Okay.
Is what said. Well,
Rayla.
Well, look at the cat drag then.
Hey,
This is called enforced role playing, Debbie. Good luck.
so what happened while I was gone?
not much. Nothing at all. Nothing. No, lots of things happened.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
a fair amount unfolded, but that's not for the discussion within public, I think.
Yes. No, it's not that big of
Okay.
a deal. Don't worry. It's fine.
No, I do think we need to
Does that
convene
mean we should
inside.
go somewhere private?
Probably, yes. Should we convene in someone's room before we start discussing our affairs?
You may come into my
I've had
room
it,
if you wish.
Yeah.
What room? You don't have a room. It's my room.
There's a room you haven't slept in once yet.
Sterling.
I thought we
You
told
have no room.
Rayla and
Um,
Sterling to swap rooms anyway.
Yes, that would.
But it hasn't been a night gone past since.
Well, that means Sterling would be sharing with Yegov, so we can.
I suppose, yeah.
Can we maybe go to my room? Those kids really tired me out. Like to lie down while you tell me whatever it is you need to tell me.
Makes
I don't
sense, I
mind.
guess. Doesn't matter where, as long as there's enough room for us all.
indeed.
Thanks.
So as we get up, I rip off a piece of bread and hand it over to Sterling.
Don't you dare!
Joel
laugh at
And I give Sterling that look.
Making an intimidation roll.
I am not happy with Sofia after she took off halfway through the fight, and I will not be giving in.
You give in.
You might be getting in.
You could do
Wait.
you could do a wisdom saving throw to see if you can stand her intimidating
Wisdom
that lot.
Wisdom save.
Yeah.
Intimidation is charisma, by the way.
Oh, is it a charisma? Oh, charisma save then.
Yeah.
Sorry, apologies.
So anyway, Sam can pass with
Hold on.
22.
Come on.
Watch him getting that 20 here.
Oh,
Come on.
Sterling slowly reaches his hand out and reluctantly takes the piece of bread and inserts it to his mouth compartment and slowly starts to chew.
I very much did not want to do that.
It's okay. It'll make you big and strong. And Sophia starts walking up the stairs, sort of chatting to Rayla because obviously you haven't seen each other for
7 hours.
best part of a day.
Yeah.
I pick up the plate mail off the table. And
After Sophia ran off.
Do you know what's even worse? I would have. My wisdom save is +7, so I would have succeeded if it was wisdom.
Too bad.
I know.
Right.
come
So
on.
you guys walk up
And I
to
wasted
Rayla's
a
room.
good roll.
You did. You walk up to Rayla's room and you guys can now mingle upon with each other to get everyone up to speed of what's going on in your own words. In character words, I mean by that.
Yes. First thing, they've closed the door. See. Right. Now, a lot has happened. But I think
Mhm.
before that, I, for one, would like somewhat of an explanation as to why Sophia ran off while we were fighting.
I went to get Chad.
Yes, and then you never came back.
I have no idea what happened. The next thing I know, I'm here.
I believe I can answer that one for you, Flint. Which is each time you draw Chad, you have a contest of minds. And whoever wins is the one who gets to control their actions. And it appears Sophia fell short on that front. And the only reason she is in fact here at the moment is because we had that curse lifted. From when I attuned to the weapon.
What? What? What does that
Oh,
mean
you-
for Chad?
Chad
Seems
should be
Chad's
dormant for
dead.
now.
Or
He's not dead, he's dormant, I would say.
But
there's not much difference between the two.
If
Yeah, if you-
anyone wants him back,
Chad, Chad was real cool.
Chad
if anyone
was...
wants him back, you can try attune to the weapon, and he may still be there.
He's not that benevolent, Rayla. You saw what he did to Sophia. He just took control of her and fucked off elsewhere, leaving
Yes,
us
if
for
it
dead.
was Chad, he did make a run off when the rest of us were fighting. A shadow.
But I'm
demon,
sure
not
he
one of
meant
those.
well.
For an assassin, you're incredibly innocent.
I haven't really encountered a magical sword before. And poor guy's kind of trapped in that thing. It's a bit tragic, really.
Yeah, I believe someone
Well,
with...
maybe
our
he was there
situations-
for a reason.
Our situation's
Yes.
not that different, really. We're all trapped in here.
True, and I'm pretty sure there's some soul trapped inside of whatever Sterling actually is.
I think Sterling is a soulbound too.
Is it soul?
I don't know. He's a metal thing.
I really don't get how he works, to be honest.
All I know
Or
is
how
he
he
enjoys
eats so
my
much
bread.
bread.
You know, I don't think he likes bread, Sophia. I hate to break it to you.
Not
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah,
likes
Rayla
bread.
once says.
I tolerate bread.
Not when it's shoveled down your face 3 times a day.
I do think we have a higher priority to discuss whether your preferences on culinary matters, Sterling, though.
Indeed, we did have a bit of a run-in while you two were gone.
That is entirely an understatement.
What
Yes,
happened?
actually, and it explains quite a few things, including why we ended up with a cursed bloody broadsword.
Oh,
What happened?
Ulrich, I think you can explain it best. Sorry,
no. Well,
I have every other time. Then I have had to explain our fucking story. All right, someone else can do it. You're a bard. You tell
I can
tales.
do it very simply, if you like.
I want to
Turtle
hear bard do oratory stuff. But fine.
Oh, I don't
Nah,
know
fine.
what to do.
Hold on. Let me consult my notes.
Oh no, wait, Nathan, you made notes, didn't you?
Yeah.
All right, fine. Go ahead.
Well,
Look at me,
effect-
any people who can talk. You do what you want, guys. I ain't gonna fucking stop you.
Sophia and Rayla, do you remember an individual by the name of Von Holt or Vasily? He gave us Chad some other stuff. That sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh
He
yeah.
was the
The
traveler.
guy at the door who had a load
Yeah.
of things.
Yeah, he was Strahd. Oh, I'm not supposed to say Strahd. Don't say Strahd.
What?
Don't say Strahd. You're not supposed to say it.
Stop saying it then.
He who shall not be named.
He was him.
Yes,
Yeah, and
as I said, a bit of
got
a run-in.
we got to have a very pleasant talking to with him.
What did he say?
Lots of things.
Ring, ding, 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 ding.
John
He
specific.
told me to sit.
And he
Neil,
did.
I think was the actual
He
term.
made me sit.
Neil, but yeah. Yeah, we found out a lot about Strahd though, which was fun.
Like what?
He's a dick.
Well,
Well, we
he-
already knew that.
he used to
Just
be
the scale of it, though.
he used to be a regular human. who
Mhm.
was a warrior, and he followed the god known as Vallaki. I don't know if that I've heard of him, but I don't know. I think
Yeah,
you've
he's
heard of him,
like a,
Yakov.
yeah, he brought me back from the dead. He's not that bad.
Well,
I mean, he is, but
yes, I don't know much.
Maybe you shouldn't be saying that too loud to the about the person that brought you back, in case he
Mm.
changes his mind.
That
yeah, he
is-
seems like he's got bone to pick with Strahd first. He can kill
Yes.
me afterwards.
Strahd
Mhm.
is effectively gonna make it. Should I show them? No. Should I show them the book, or should I just?
Yes, you
certainly
can
can.
explain who we got
Do
it
you want?
from as well.
All right. Well, I'll go to a part of the room, or
You
like the
taking it from
bathroom,
its
if need
lead-based
be.
container?
Yeah, and well, it's inside the portable hole as well. So I need to go.
You need to
find someone
climb in.
quick enough.
You need someone to help
No,
you
no,
climb
I've
in.
got mage hands.
Oh, you got me, Chan. Perfect. Yeah.
It's the only reason I'm willing to use portable holes. So, open up the portable hole and use mage hand to lift out a small lead box. Open it, and effectively say, "This is the Tome of Strahd." And we're going to keep hold of it as well. And it's seemingly written by Strahd about some things. Eventually, though, while conquering for Varrock, he got bored. Well, not bored, isn't the right word, I suppose. What might be the right word?
Dissatisfied?
Yes, he didn't like that all was around him was death, effectively. So he settled his armies in the Valley of Barovia. And it seems to begin with, was no different that much to any other lord he may have encountered. Until his family came to live with him, particularly his brother by the name of Sergei.
Was he a meerkat?
I don't think he was a meerkat, no.
Take
He was
1d4 psychic
Really?
damage, Sam. Breaking the
No.
immersion.
Sorry.
You're aware that Irina is. Well, she's getting married soon, but Strahd wants to marry Irina. And we were told that she was a
Tatiana, also.
reincarnation. Well, no, Irina.
Oh,
Getting to
right,
that.
sorry, yep, yeah. Jumping at
Irina
the gun.
is a reincarnation of
1d4 psychic damage.
Yeah, I'll take it.
of seemingly Strahd's first true love, which is Yatiana. There we go. Fortunately, Strahd was a bit old at the time, and Yatiana wasn't interested, let's say. But she was interested in Sergei, Strahd's young and handsome brother. Can you guess where this is going? Sergei and Yatiana plan to be married. And Strahd wasn't too happy about it, to put it lightly.
Who?
Strahd, oh. The devil wasn't too happy about it.
Mm-hmm.
And made a pact with, as he puts it, death itself. And on the wedding day, killed Sergei. And found Yatiana crying in the garden near a chapel. There's a chapel in that castle, by the way.
What?
Yeah.
We can get married?
Anyone can get married, probably.
Yeah, as long as you have an officiant.
Well,
But anyway,
hopefully you find someone that likes bread as much as you.
I don't think that's possible. Anyway, Strahd tried to explain to Yatiana that everything he did was for her. Unfortunately, she didn't see it that way and ended up throwing herself off of the walls of
That's
Castle
tragic.
Ravenloft. Yes, he says he never found any trace of her. Don't worry. Hold on. The Devil's guards, because that's what the locals call, shot him full of arrows and killed him, but didn't kill him because he became a vampire. Or vampire, actually, is the term used. Not much else hurts him. In his own words, really, only the sun hurts him and little else. Stake through the heart won't do much to him. The arrows that once pinned him down are not but toys to him. However, well, Sergei did bring with him, in Strahd's own word, a sword that shimmered like the sun. But I don't know, it seems he might have had that destroyed. But Strahd, to this day, in his hatred of death and search for eternal youth and life, still looks for Yatiana in whatever form she might take. Despite the fact he's got loads of other wives already. So,
What a dirtbag.
yeah.
Max, answer my Discord.
Oh,
Right.
okay. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Okay,
It does not.
Okay.
have you guys just spent the last day being taunted by Strahd and then
Well,
finding out all of this long
it gets better, don't worry. Well,
There's more.
yeah, there's a lot more. We left
There's
the
a lot more.
orphanage.
Oh,
We
wow.
left the orphanage, and Oryx found information at the inn about where Vasily, quotation marks, was. We went there, found out he was the devil, not the other term. Then we had conversations with him. It turns out Yotman's alive as well.
What?
He's alive and works as a butler in Castle Ravenloft.
Told all of you.
Is he
Who's Yotman?
okay? Is he himself?
That's a good point.
I don't know that.
Yotman, Sofia Yotman was a man we travelled with.
Gif Yankee.
I heard very good things about him. They say he
he-
was probably the best.
He was the
Look, I
best.
can't.
I miss Yotman.
If you guys,
It's fine,
if you,
Yotman
if you
used
guys
to-
think Yotman was the best, he must be the best.
We
You
got
guys
very
don't.
good at, very good at finding rocks.
Yeah, he didn't notice a lot except for shiny rocks, but he was quite
Yes.
good with machinery. Anyway, the
Yes.
point is he got seduced by Strahd using some hypnotic power of some kind.
After
kind
you
of charm.
burned down a church and killed her.
And after I burned down the church.
Yes, after you burned down a church and were responsible for 2 people dying.
To be fair, one was a vampire and the other guy was feeding the vampire.
It wasn't his fault that he was a vampire, though, was it?
No, but he still needed to be cleansed. He was beyond saving.
Back to the point.
No, this is part of the point.
Yeah.
This is part of the point. The fact that you're aware why Dora was a vampire, alright?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the fact that he worked with that wizard and he stayed to fight against Strahd, the devil, that lots of people seemingly hate a lot. And in a cruel twist of fate was turned into something that he was trying to kill. Brought back from the dead, as it were. Yes.
Yep. So we put him out of his misery. Anyway.
His misery. You're sure just deciding to effectively cut his life.
His life is already over.
Was there no way, in any ways of whatever god you sort of followed or that Sterling followed, that could bring him back?
It was not within my powers, for certain. I didn't know. Sterling's powers could not have saved him at that point either.
But let's say now, Sterling as he is now, could he have saved him?
I'm unsure. My decision
know.
at that time, with the information I had, was the one I made. Maybe now, if we went back with our powers at the moment, maybe removing the curse could have saved him. What that would have done to his mind afterward, I have no idea. Would he have returned to a corpse once he removed vampirism from him?
I don't know, but I think the idea of the devil is one thing. He seemingly chose what happened to him, and you might have a problem with vampires from a religious standpoint, but Dora didn't choose.
No, but when I
and so
choose
I
to
feel
detect
it's
evil, and
unfair.
when my powers point me in the way of evil, it is to be expunged. It is not my decision to make always. I must follow my doctrines.
Tell me, what do your doctrines say about yourself at the moment? Because I'll admit my knowledge on it is lacking.
Once we have left Barovia, I will face my fate at the hands of my god. What he decides then is beyond me.
As long as you're aware of the nature of the idea of
There is a
projection
very
of
good
bringing
chance that I will just be cleansed from this earth. Yes, I am aware.
but be aware as well that to a degree, not much different in regards to what happened to you and what happened to Dora.
I am aware. I will
Because
face my fate, but none of us can face our fates at the moment until we have cleansed the Strahd. I'm aware that at the
the
end of this I
devil.
may die.
Well, let's hope it gets to that point and we just don't, cap it here.
I already have.
I'm
Anyway,
sure
the point
we'll
is,
make it through the night. As I'm still just staring at Yegoff this whole time as well.
I'm aware you don't approve of what I must do, and at times neither do I, Flint.
There's a difference between someone who chose to do something you might consider evil, to killing people or whatnot, and someone who didn't have a choice and didn't want what happened to them happen.
In the same way, I didn't have much of a choice to die, did I?
No.
Speaking of which, what are we going to do about those things?
I'm going to start putting the book of Tome of Strahd back in the portable hole and closing it up.
Rayla's just crying on the bed right now.
Rayla, why are you crying?
It's all my fault that Yego's gonna die.
No, it's not.
It's
All
not
fault.
your fault.
Technically,
You would have
it's
died anyway.
yes, and
Eventually.
it's technically the hag's fault because they hit him with lightning in such a way, and then shoved a hand into his chest.
Actually, it's Strahd's fault.
But we
It's a
only went
combination.
there because I couldn't resist those damn pies.
To be fair, Rayla, there's a fair bit of magic on those pies. I don't believe any of us knew. Sure, it was a bit strange that some old ladies were out there, but I didn't know they were going to be hags capable of killing us all if they wanted to.
The entire point is this whole place is designed to drive you mad through moral conjuring and immoral conjuring and what we must do and what we should do and what we're supposed to do. I must kill vampires, whether they want to be vampires or not. I must choose to I have to choose to fight the greater evil, even if that means sacrificing myself. I've done so once, I will do so again. You may hate me for that, and I respect that decision. I only ask you work with me towards the common goal until the end.
My main goal currently is to get out of Barovia.
I just want to see my wife again. I suppose, though, I won't get a choice with that.
Chapman.
No, Yego.
I just want to go home again.
So do I, Flynn. Anyway, jumping back 2 topics. Rictalfi is a vampire hunter, by the way.
Oh, that's cool.
He's not Rictavio either.
No, he's not.
Well,
Who is
he
he?
kind of is, but that is just an cover.
It was Rupert, I believe, was his first name.
No, Rudolph.
Rudolph.
I've
And
forgotten it.
Rickton.
Yeah.
The
Rudolph
red-nosed
and
reindeer.
Sam another one default.
No, I think it's two
I will
D10 at
take.
that point.
I will take those spell scrolls off you.
No, I've got the spell scrolls. They're mine.
Oh. I will take them off you.
No, Sam, be quiet.
Okay.
Yes, his name's Rudolph. I've put von Van Richten.
Van Richten, yeah.
So it's just Van. Okay.
Rudolph and Richten.
Yes, he looks different as well. Do you know what a saber tooth cat is?
Um.
An armored saber cat.
A what?
no.
You know a cat, right? You know what a cat is, right?
Yeah, the cute cuddly things.
Yeah, but imagine that, like
8 foot long. 3 feet.
Whoa, that's not cute and cuddly anymore.
and covered in
It
armor.
could
It
be.
was pretty cute. It's called Monty.
Big cat. Big fangs covered in armor plates. Anyway, so we need to high and roll the map. Meet him here. He points out a location slightly to the.
I
Like
will
it's here, isn't it?
pivot the map over for you guys. Oh, wrong map.
Wrong map.
Too many maps. Too many maps.
That
Right.
is a point of note. Who? God damn it.
Oh.
Here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I need
this-
to transition to my roll 20 screen. Hold on.
No, you'll see it soon, Max.
Yeah, I see the thing. It's just my screen couldn't see it. Am I okay to remove that, Adam? Have you taken note?
Yes, you can. It was a reminder for me. Well, no, thank you. So we have to move towards this tower, which is covered in maps and traps.
Kazan's tower.
And that's where Rictavio is.
Yes, he gave us these 6 amber gems that will help. Apparently.
Disarm traps, I think.
Also some scrolls. Because I
And
asked
he's
about
there?
moving on the house. Yes.
So why would
Riding
he
on
give
his
it?
tape.
Why do we need to disarm traps if he's there? You not just let us in the front door?
Well, living in Barovia, you've seen the kind of guys that live around here. Anyone who comes through the front door is probably trying to kill you, murder you, or do something worse.
Speaking of which, children.
Safe.
For
now.
how long?
Funny you mention that. This whole
One of
town
them's
of
got a new
Vallaki
hat
is
as
no.
well.
And one of them's missing a leg. The entire town of Vallaki is no longer a safe or sacred place.
What?
You didn't start with that?
Well,
Um,
actually, you
guys,
know about
keep-
this.
You might want to keep it down before we cause a scene.
Well, it was when
Don't want
Farvolution
people passing in the halls to hear.
came into the inn earlier today, I believe, telling
Ben
us
mentioned it. Yeah.
yes, bones of Saint Angelo had been stolen, making the place no longer sacred.
But it
But
turns out
from-
it was never safe from Strahd anyway. It turns
Yeah, I
out
was gonna say that.
It's safe from his wives and children, as he put it. Also,
it was.
should we just refer to him as the devil?
Just choose any number of nicknames. He's got
I think
1,000.
Devil, just yeah.
Just leech, whatever.
I think, well, no, but that might get confusing if we find an actual leech, like an animal.
We found an actual leech. He lives in Castle Ravenloft. Oh yeah, he gave us a new invitation for dinner, didn't he? This one seems a lot less like an invitation, though.
Oh, yeah. That should be
lost
in your
my letter.
handouts, I believe, if you do want to have a
I forgot-
look.
Oh, I forgot about the letter.
Mysterious letter, is it?
Yes.
Yep.
In
Well.
cursive, yes.
My favorite.
Would you like me to read this out in Sterling?
No,
Cursive
we'd
again?
like someone else to read.
I'll
So I got Oryx observations,
There's not much in my one yet because mine is more of a diary than a.
Flintsfield guide. Step one to yourself. This is fine. The end. Yep.
Oh, hold on. Wait, where is it?
So guys, what do we do?
Now that is the ever-recurring question.
Like,
Well, I wrote down this really cool quest log.
there are so many
And-
there are so many things that you guys are saying to us and sort of like bombarding us with information, but
yeah, there we go. Look at this.
We have
but
no
what-
distinct
what-
course of action. There is no.
I wrote all this stuff down.
We have a list of things we need to do.
I'm just
Is
like, yeah,
anything- is anything time sensitive?
Everything's time sensitive.
Your impending demise and Hand of the Hags sounds like a pertinent one.
Yes, speaking of which, we have 9 nights left of that. But yes, 9 nights. Also, as a note, just because I think only me and Orica know, Irene is getting married.
Really?
Sorry, what?
Well, you know Irene has been missing. For a couple
And she
of
didn't
Wh-
ask me to be a bridesmaid?
With
Well,
Ismark, no?
No, his
That's
marks
her brother.
But anyway,
Yeah, I don't think they're quite like that here.
we don't know. It's a bit strange.
You never
Also,
know.
what-
I've been around Barovia many times and I've seen some weird shit.
Actually, to be
Also,
fair, thinking
Rayla,
about
culturally, I
Borovia's,
don't.
Borovia's a
Carry on,
locked-up
please.
community, so maybe there might be some potential. And if
Also,
souls
I
are
don't think-
recycled, anyway,
Yeah.
that's probably
Also,
not best to think about it.
culturally, I'm not sure if there are bridesmaids in Barovia.
Wow.
Anyway,
That's a
it's
shame.
not. It's not to Ismark. It's to the Burgomaster's son.
That
I'm
seems
still not.
Ah.
Well, when the devil finds out about this, he will not be happy.
When are they
When's
getting
wedding?
married?
In the festival, which is in 3 days' time, or 2 from tomorrow.
What are we going to do before the festival? That was something we need to do before the festival.
We have also been asked. Erwin is missing. Well, not missing. Sorry, he's gone west to the winery because the wine's run out.
And actually, we had to talk to him because he is one of Rupert's. Rudolph's. He's one of
Help
Rudolph's
us.
informants.
Those
And
names of ravens.
Where's the winery?
West.
how many days' travel is that?
It's here. His wife, Danica, did offer us horses.
Horses should get you
Uh,
there in time and back just in time for the festival.
Now the wedding is happening at the festival. Yes.
If we were to go to the winery and then on the way back head to Rictavio's tower, could that work?
I don't believe we have time to stop
Where-
at Octavio's tower.
Max,
Hmm?
would we be able to make it if we left in the morning? Let's say on horses, would we be able to make it to the winery in the same day?
Yeah.
But we would have to we wouldn't be able to make it back to Vallaki in the same day. We would have to rest at some point. Yes.
Well, we
yeah,
could-
it's on the way. You literally go past it. It's not much of a deviation. So
No. This is. I'm just saying. Could we make it in the same day, Vallaki to the winery and back? Or would
No.
it take 2? Okay.
Probably day and a half there and back.
Okay, so we could do that and still have time to go and visit Rictavio before the festival begins.
Also, I think it might
we
be.
could have a late night. We could forego some sleep.
Right.
to-
I will
Go on.
be
Sleeping in the saddle is hard.
I think Erwin is a nice guy, but I'm sure he's capable of looking out for himself. Perhaps more pertinent is the fact that the town we're currently in is no longer safe, and we might need to help with that. Potentially, Irina isn't safe. I don't know. I haven't met the Burgomaster or his son. I don't know. Could
It
be
has
great
come
people.
to my. There's a sudden realization that it's possible Strahd will. Fuck, I keep saying that bastard's name. The Archleech may try to raid the wedding.
Also, just as a note as well, you
I
remember the
feel it's imperative that we are here for the wedding, just to make sure that everyone is safe.
I've never crashed a wedding before. Well,
There's a small chance we're invited.
I'm sure the whole town is invited you to the festival.
Yes, I'll be
Anyway,
doing my best
also-
plate mail.
Just as a note, also Strahd, the devil, mentioned that the Vallaki Vistani work for him. Watch over the Dusk Elves for him, in fact. So,
What?
and also Arabelle's missing still. So
Wait, the Vallaki Vistani work for who?
the devil, big guy in the big castle.
You mean like?
They work for him.
Oh,
Or at
the,
the very
the
least,
ones that
Which
told us that.
potion. Yes.
Yeah.
leads me to believe that the Dusk Elves might actually be a valuable ally against it.
He did say that they watch over the Dusk Elves. Not that there's many of them, and their leader's blind, but that's fine.
And they also, I mean, they're a lost bloodline now. There are no more women, I believe, in their number.
generally works to help them throw their lives away, I imagine, in one last dive into glory, I suppose.
So what do we do?
We've also got. Also, I'll notice. I'll pull out the 4 of Madame Eva's cards that I have, and show that. I'll put out the illusionist card and say these were the cards you were given by Madame Eva. And once we found the book that I showed you, it went black.
Yeah, there's no image on the illusionist card anymore. It's completely blank.
But as I was getting closer to the book, it started to glow. So, and these items, whatever they are, or people, I think in one case, should help us as well. But some of those are, who knows where exactly.
What about the crazy mage?
He's north of the town, somewhere around the lake.
He's some way. He is actually some distance off, isn't
here, isn't he?
Yes, he's
somewhere. Yeah, up in the woods in the mountains. As much as it would, he's described as the Mad Mage.
Yeah, but who knows? There must be a reason we're supposed to find
he
him.
did fight Strahd, and for a while it seemed did alright on his own to a degree. Well, but he had some help, I suppose. I think an idea probably is to focus on what's happening here, as it were, in Vallaki. There's a lot going on.
Right, so whilst you guys are trying to figure out what you want to do, if we want to take a quick 5-10 minute break, top up on drinks, and come back. Yeah, come back about let's say 10:02 to be safe.
Okay.
See you in a bit.
Can do that.
In a bit then. Right, guys, just a quick break and some drinks and stuff. You guys are talking a lot tonight because of heavy RP. I'll put some music on. Like I said, I'll be back in about 10 minutes time. So hang tight, won't be long. We'll start off with part 2 shortly. we go. Should be back. Right then, jump back on Discord. Hopefully everyone's back by now.
I've forgotten. Help.
And I'm back.
Oh, I know what. Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
we are waiting
Max.
for Debbie.
In
Debbie.
terms of like stuff that's happened, Sam, currently I have 9,075 words.
I've been here for like 5
Really?
minutes,
Yeah.
6 minutes.
And that
I'm
is to a,
thinking,
yeah, that is also stuff that only really Flint knows, because as Nathan I know a bit more, but Flint doesn't.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that just happened to Sophia, I haven't wrote that because I don't know any of it.
Fairs. But like,
Yeah, it's a lot. 14
Yeah.
pages currently.
That's fine. I haven't noted it down either, Nathan, because I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it's a fair point. I just chapter 16, the devil within. It's such a
Hey,
great
Max,
Yeah.
the page that you've got open right now, will you please put it in our handout so that we can look at it whenever we want to?
Which page? The quest log?
Correct.
So
Is in D&D chat on Discord at the moment.
No, I know that's where I've been looking at it, but it would be helpful if it was also in
We
the.
have
Yeah,
a
I
handout
can-
called Quest Log, I think.
also
Yeah,
We
it's not
do,
like this
but-
though. Hold on, I can get that sorted for you. Handout.
I know what I just said it sort of as a joke, but the map, that the two maps that we have of Vallaki and Barovia, who will have them on them? Just who has had them on them? during
I
this
mean,
time?
Who has had the maps?
we
I don't-
haven't said like we've
I
decided.
don't
I
know,
have the
but I'm
cards.
happy to be like a utility bat. Like,
If you want to carry the maps, that's fine. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I had the cards on me, but yeah, and I can say I wrote these. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Just who wrote.
It should be there
Yeah,
now in handouts for you.
Thank you.
maps.
No,
Max, you said maps aren't like a sparse, thing. So like,
no, they're fairly commonplace.
yeah. So like, it's not like.
There's just sort of various different accuracies, basically.
I know, but we've only got one of each at the moment.
Yes, one copy of each. Yeah.
And it'll be, and we can do this. So if somehow Sterling gets taken somewhere, we don't have the maps anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
We just have to remember.
You're back. Just need one more second. I don't think everyone's back
Nice.
right now anyway, right?
I think
we are.
actually. Yeah.
Oh shit! Give me another minute or two. Just grab the drink I've got in the room.
So what the hell are we focusing here?
Kaiser, I think, or Aatrox.
Yes. We'll have a sure conversation about.
I'm sure we will in characters, but like,
Oh, well, I
what
said,
the
I
fuck
said
are we
in character,
focusing?
like in character in Vallaki, focusing around there, and instead of going off to the line for the next like day.
Because like, it's not that many quests. We could probably get a fair few of them done quite quickly, but it
Well,
feels like a lot of quests.
I mean, it's more just like the distance that's gonna take a while.
The
rather
scale
than-
of
And
each
part of
task
the
at
problem,
hand.
you know, like finding the missing boys, finding Irina, Ismark. Well, we know where they probably are. Arabelle, we don't know where they are. We know we need to find them, but we have no idea.
In my mind right now, before the wedding, there's two routes. There's either we do the wine and the tower, or we do the bones.
Wait, which towers are?
The one where Octavio is.
Kazakhs,
Oh, right, yeah.
So,
Kazakhs.
like, there's literally two routes before the. Like, obviously we can do stuff after the wedding, but we've got 3 days before the wedding. We've got 9 days before the hags. Like, they're the two time-sensitive pieces of information that
I
we've
imagine
got.
I think before the hags, don't we want like potentially Do you think Rotavio will help us with the hags?
Well, he gave when I went in character. I asked him about it. He just gave me some scrolls instead.
No.
Also, Erwin is an associate of Rictavio's.
Yes.
Exactly.
In my mind, he's like Alfred to Batman.
Yeah.
Hence the reason why I said let's do the wine and the Octavio in the same thing. But I think it's up to us to make the decision of do we do the bones or do we do the Rictavio and wine stuff.
I
Well,
think.
Could
Do we know where the bones are?
Do we
No.
need to secure the town with the bones?
I
I mean,
think
if you want
Wedding.
children, Debbie, that you care about so much to be their lives to be effectively forfeit.
I feel like in character, focusing on the safety of others is good, but we are running out of time.
Yes, but we've got 3 days. So tomorrow there'll be 2 days to the festival and 8 days left for the hags. If we left tomorrow to go to the winery, we would get back, and obviously there's nothing that took too much extra time. We would get back, I think, on the day or the day before the festival, right?
That's without
But-
doing.
The day
That's
before.
that's without doing the tower.
Well, I don't know how long the tower will take. I don't know. It's probably not just going to be we go in conversation with Rudolph now and walk out. Isn't it?
I feel like if we're going to the wedding, we have to do the bones thing, because otherwise, Strahd will come to the wedding. I mean, he's
Oh,
going
he's
to come
going.
anyway.
But the bones
But
don't.
he can
protect
bring
Strahd.
like his wives and his children as well.
The bones make the city hallowed.
Hallowed ground.
Hallowed ground.
Yeah.
Which
That's
Yeah,
how
but
they
not-
make hallowed
But
grounds.
not from Strahd himself, as we just
No, they
found.
do.
No, not from Strahd.
They don't.
No, not from Strahd.
Ken. Yeah, no.
So
Strahd.
either I
So,
think
a lot
we
of
abandon Irina to her fate.
Well, we can look into the Burgomaster as well.
Thinking about it, what happens if Arena actually even does marry him? We can.
Well, considering what I said about the last wedding, Strahd's beloved wins too. Yeah. Not good.
What happened there? Sorry.
The last wedding that Strahd didn't marry his beloved, was someone else was.
Everyone died.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
so we
the
don't want
idea
to be there.
Probably have to crash Debbie, the children you care about. We probably have to crash the wedding or some way and also look into.
We need to
Yeah,
make a
but You're
decision.
gonna kill Irina and the Burgomaster. They'll be
No,
fine.
well, no, he's probably going to be quite angry, Debbie. And if we don't
Is this
find
happening in
bones,
character, by the way?
No.
no,
Are you sure?
we can
Alright.
quickly.
I think
just-
that's a good time for me to
Next-
transition back to the quest log screen, get stuff started again. Oh, I actually have a proper now.
Oh,
Guys, I've got all
Wait,
these
let me
ideas that I just thought of that I know your
taken
thoughts and
off.
opinions.
Let me
on.
open Infinite Consortium.
Let me know when you're ready.
Ah, yes. It's
Oh, you know what? I'm just going to click
Ready?
on you.
Yeah.
Taking a short break. Okay.
There we go.
Be right
Right.
back. Ooh. Very
Apparently, the
high-tech.
one I initially was going to use was too happy for Curse of Strahd.
Yes, I dice. Yes, it was nice,
Nathan
bright
vetoed
orange,
it.
upbeat tune. Yeah, not good enough for.
By the way, you have a difference on your map to ours.
It's a different screen.
Ah.
Yours,
Also, I
sadly,
don't
it's
know.
not animated. Mine is.
I don't know what Nine
Ah.
Nights at Flinty's is, but I'm scared.
The other question I have, Max, is that if we were to send you a private message, everyone in the game can read that, correct? If they're
In
watching
the
the stream.
Roll20, the stream can see it. If you Discord me, no one can see it.
Right. So,
I mean, I closed the stream.
guys,
anyway,
it means
most
we
of
need to close. It means everyone needs to
Oh,
close
yeah.
the stream.
Yeah,
I usually have the stream closed anyway.
Just in
I
case.
normally have it open on a different tab just to get max views.
Thank you.
I'll close it now.
All right, fine.
So
I'll
you
reopen
can
it.
have-
Leave it in a different tab.
You can leave the chat open. That's fine. But it's like
All I'm saying is,
Yeah.
if you want to whisper me something, do it on Discord. That's the easiest way
that's
to go
what I've
about it.
done.
Yeah.
I
because
know.
I know on one of the other old VODs. when
And
we
it's
were
just a
in the
case of just
orphanage,
doing a
I
GM
stole
whisper
my
saying,
whisper to
like,
you.
Discord.
Yeah, I did remember seeing my own whisper to you about it in one of the VODs, which was about getting.
Cool.
It was about getting use out of Sam's detect magic.
Ah, right, yeah.
All right. So I asked the question again. Now in character, what the fuck are we going to do?
Well, maybe for a moment, just before that. Now, we haven't been traveling or known each other for that long. It's only been, well, technically, I suppose, for myself, Yegov, Rayler, and Sterling, we've been traveling for about 13 days. But for
Is that it?
and for 7 of those, we were in Barovia, just as a side note. And we've known Auric and Sofia for 5 effectively. But it seems the powers at hand have made us be stuck together for the time being. What I'm effectively getting at is that there might need to be the idea of, well,
Reintroducing ourselves.
not just that, but also the idea of loyalty between each other to a degree. Understand, be willing to. It's hard to explain.
Honor amongst thieves.
Put it exactly. That's perfect. Put it this way: when we played cards the other day, in the second hand, there happened to be a particular railer.
Oh yeah, when I
cheated.
cheated.
Yes, that's what I'm getting at. The
Yeah,
point
but
is,
that was just a game of cards.
a game of cards
about-
today, a knife in the back tomorrow.
It's about trust, Rayla.
Yes. The idea is, Rayla, that when I played cards, when I, particularly when I was younger, when I would play with friends, no cheating involved, they would be honest games. But if there was, let's say, a wealthy new merchant in town, they're entirely fair game. The idea is that
Pun
between
intended.
the idea is that between us to a degree, there's not. It's understandable, I imagine, to want to keep certain matters private, but attempting to keep a manner of trust.
Am I right in understanding that Flint is trying to organise an actual adventuring group?
Flip is trying to organise it to make sure that
No,
people
an
don't-
organisation of allies more than an adventuring group.
Yeah,
Because I don't think there is actually a career adventurer among us. Most of us have actually had other jobs or employments or stations
I mean,
before.
we might find out, I suppose, in
Yeah.
the reintroducing of stuff. Sort of reintroducing, I suppose.
Also, by the way, nice segue, Flint. Nathan, even. Fuck, I'm calling you Flint now. Jesus.
Excellent.
Welcome to my pay.
How honest exactly do we have to be in this?
Well, you're an assassin, Rayla. You don't have to tell us every single person you've killed.
I think
Okay,
that was
good, good,
Debbie
good.
asking more than Rayla.
Good, good. No, that was Rayla.
You're an
She was
assassin.
a bit of a sharer to begin with.
Oh, yeah, she's an assassin.
Yeah, you opened up fairly quickly, but
Surprising, to be sure. I haven't met many assassins that would be that open.
It's all the mental trauma that's been happening in Barovia, I think.
it took her about
No,
two
this was
days.
before.
Yeah.
This
We-
was like before we were on. Like we were. This is
We
before
were
the
traveling
mist
for
and
6
everything.
days. 6 days with each other. My ears have gone. Okay.
To be honest, I just kind of wanted you all to leave me alone, and I thought if I said that,
You know,
they'll
Rayla,
just freak out. They won't speak to me, and I can just get to the bloody. I don't even know where I
Right,
was going. It's
right.
been so long, so much has happened. Oh my
2
god,
points,
I'm
Rayla.
gonna die in this place.
No, maybe. 2
Would you
points,
like some
Rayla.
of my wine, Rayla? I've still got some.
Yes.
2 points, Rayla.
I'm
We
gonna
were
hand
going to
over my
Daggerford.
wineskin.
We were going to Daggerford, which is a trading town. Also, you told us that you were an assassin on our last night together.
Before entering Barovia, I believe.
Yeah. Yes. But anyway, that's the idea. That not to actively, I suppose, not intentionally, deliberately.
Are you casting a look at Auric right now? Not deliberately hurt each other is what you're trying to say.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
don't dress
mostly
up as one of us and steal stuff from people. It's not
No,
nice.
I'm not looking at Auric at all. Auric hasn't done any of that, so I'm not looking at. I'm looking mostly at Rayla because she's. Well, yeah.
I was leaning
and
more towards shooting at lightning bolts at allies
Yes.
more than
Yes,
anything.
yeah, I'll get on to that for a moment. Also, the idea maybe not to try not to hurt each other, I suppose.
So why are you looking at me?
Oh well, it's because
You
I
were
thought-
asking.
Yeah, and I thought of this after you tried to mess up my
Excuse me.
cards. Is all. It is all. I'm not going to take it too personally.
Your cards.
Yeah, we were playing cards, remember, and you tried to mess up my.
Oh.
Yes, that's why I have this whole particular conversation. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Oh,
I
it's a
just
bit
wanted to,
touchy.
before we came up with an idea of what to do.
Well, I suppose, whether we like it or not, we have been thrown into this group together. Should we have a go at introducing ourselves again?
Sure.
Sorry, I missed what was said. Apologies.
How could you miss? You're right here at the table with us.
But not even a table in the room, is there?
Oh wait, the bed. Fuck.
We're just sitting on different.
Oh, we all just sat on the beds.
I'm on the floor.
Yeah, I imagine we were on the floor mostly. You're on the bed, like
Oh no, I'm
drinking,
on the
drinking my
Right.
wine, crying into your pillow, whatever you're doing. I don't know.
bed. No, I'm just
I'm-
curled up
I'm
next to
pacing.
Sophia.
I will sit at the end of the bed that Rayla's currently on. If that's the case, I'm glad.
Right, so basically, Joel, what I said was because we've been thrown into this together and given a task greater than all of us, we should reintroduce ourselves and be open and honest about it all. Who
That's
we are.
fine.
You don't necessarily need to say everything like
No.
Rayla. You don't need to say everything.
That's fine. Sophia's feeling very picked on because this is the second time in the last hour that Flint has accused her of lying.
I can't
Who?
remember what the first time.
Who's accused you of lying?
Well, it was like Flint. The second Sophia comes downstairs, Flint's like, "Where the hell were you?" Blah blah blah. And now this is like, it's very suspicious.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah. When he was looking at Rayla, mentioning the whole thing about being trustworthy, yeah, he would have looked at Sophia during that as well.
So, like, Sophia is feeling very on edge at the moment.
We should just abandon them and go off on our own way.
I imagine you're talking.
Girl
from
power.
there. Anyway,
So, would anyone like to go first?
I'd like to
Well,
get bones.
no, we're talking about.
Back to
reintroduce
deflect.
him.
Good morning,
I
Rayla.
want to reintroduce myself. Okay.
well, I've already shown some of you this.
Ah,
Oh, yes.
yes.
The magic
Oracle,
stuff.
stand up. Flint, name anyone we've met.
Rictavia.
Auric starts, his body starts kind of shifting slowly, and the face and body of Rictavio appear where he was.
Now, Arik.
Auric slowly starts appearing where Rictavio was.
You can tell me to stop when you want. Now, Ismark.
Irina!
Yeah.
All right.
both at the same time.
Okay.
That could actually be
Point.
really useful.
Well, we get the point.
Yes.
Hey, hang on.
I
Arik, sorry. Can you do
Hmm?
Sterling?
think so.
Oh.
Yeah, I would be able to. Yeah, starts transforming into Sterling.
Do the voice. Do the voice.
Now, however, the thing with changelings is that their clothes don't change. So while all of the different bodies and faces and that are appearing, all the clothes stay the same.
What like Sterling and Sterling does.
And he'll slowly revert to his changeling form and just
I
kind of.
still don't get it. It's some kind of magic, as you said. It's easier to think about.
So,
Yes, you could think of it that way.
are you
I
a
am
guy or a girl originally?
a guy,
Oh, okay.
but I can be anything. I am what's known as a
You can make a
changeling.
lot of money.
I could, and I have.
Wait,
My name is also. My original name is not Auric, but Auric is who I've become over the years.
And then Arik,
I would
shall
prefer
we?
for you to call me Auric, but my real name is Arga.
Arik it is. I'll forget your name in a couple of minutes, don't worry.
That's fine.
I'm terrible with names.
Yeah, Auric Craven. Is there anything you guys wish to know about me?
what is a changeling?
We are an uncommon folk.
Yes,
We
I heard, but not much.
the basics of it is that we as species we can shift our bodies to look like anyone we've seen. So, obviously, with that, in community and society, it's not particularly accepted, and many of us refuse to transform or shift in general. I've tried to avoid it, but I feel like with all these quests we're going on, it might be quite useful. So
Hmm.
slowly start transforming back into how they usually see Auric. This is me.
Do you have a way you like? I don't understand. With this a way like you looked when you were like born, or did you immediately take on the form of whoever was delivering you?
Oh, out of character, he did transform into like a very, very pale.
Oh,
You know how changelings look.
yes.
He transformed into like a very, like a template of a person, essentially.
Okay.
Sterling isn't saying anything, but he's just like looking very intrigued.
Kind
How
of,
did Sterling feel to see a Sterling in front of him?
kind of hangs his head a little bit, embarrassed by what he is. Anyway, that's me.
I need to be embarrassed.
Well, that was very impressive.
It's really awesome.
It's useful.
It can certainly come in handy.
Anyway, anybody else?
It's an alcoholic anonymous thing, isn't it?
Sophia sort of distrustingly looking at Flint, but seeing what Oryx does, Sophia sort of goes to her bag and pulls out two objects. One is a very fancy book, and the other is a
Elephant tusk.
is sort of a wooden sort of stick about a foot long. And sort of explains I barely know much about myself, but this is what I can share. And she sort of holds out the stick for someone to grab.
I'll grab it.
Grab it.
Oh.
I think Debbie was
Well,
first.
Rayla got there first.
Yeah.
Sure. That makes sense. I'm like half reaching for it, and Rayla's like really energetic and just
Smashed it,
grabs it.
yeah.
Bestie wants
Yeah.
to grab the stick.
So Sophia says, "Put it in the palm of your hand." And Sophia sort of looks up, looks down, sort of makes sure everyone is sort of far away, and says the words "Teruk," and the rod in Rayla's hand transforms into a 3-meter wooden pole.
Oh yeah, you showed this in the orphanage, I think. You went through a window.
Ah, that's so cool.
This could come in handy.
This was a
What else
gift
can-
I was given.
From who?
Well, I believe now we know him as the devil.
Oh, fuck me.
Don't worry, you weren't the only one that got a gift from him.
Yeah, I got a curse.
That's an over-exaggeration.
And
No,
then,
it's not.
and then Sophia sort of beckons Rayla to sort of grab it rather than holding it in her palm. And Sophia says "Nif," and it turns back into that foot-long piece of wood.
Hey, that's nifty.
Give someone a solid whack with that thing.
No one got my joke. Rayla's hanging her head in shame.
Oh,
You know,
Yeah.
he said nifty.
I got it. I got it. Don't worry.
God bless him.
And sort of that's, and then Sophia just kind of just stops.
If that's all you want to share, that's well, fine. There is no obligation, I suppose.
I'm Sterling, and this is my talent.
He gets a chuckle out of Yakov. A rare sound, if ever.
Yeah, and I just like stand there with my shield, and it glows, and it doesn't, and then it stops glowing. I basically just cast light. Anyway, I think I've got this humor thing down, kind of, but I am Sterling, and I am a warforged. I'm not really sure how I came to be, but since being in this land, I feel that I did have a past self, but that's about all I know.
Past
But-
self, meaning you were
I
something before you were a Warforged?
I believe so. I don't really know much. I just had a vision while I was here. But for now, I am Sterling. I am a Warforged, and I am here to protect.
Maybe when this is all over, we can figure that out.
Not to bring up a
Maybe.
potentially sore subject, but how long were you traveling with Yodman?
A good few years, and we didn't really travel too much. We mostly did work in the shop together.
Job?
Yes, Jopman was an artificer, and he bought me from an out-of-service army regiment to help out in the shop.
Yeah, he made that mechanical dog thing, didn't he?
Yes, indeed.
Sounds like a very clever guy.
I would
Yours?
help with parts, but only did bits that he told me to. I don't really know much about that stuff.
He had a brain like a laser, Auric, I would say. Very great focus, but anything beyond that scope, we'd not notice it.
Sounds like a pleasure.
I've still got the most natural 20s. Anyway.
Man of great focus. Sheer
Hope I meet him one day. What a weird day that would be.
Risky
I'm
carrot,
sure.
maybe.
One
Oh,
day,
it would be
one
nice
day.
to have him back one day.
Well, that's if we all don't die before.
Max, I
Yeah,
swear to
well,
God, if you make me fight,
that
Yo.
was in character.
That would be an interesting
I have
scene.
plans. I have plans.
Oh no.
He's a butler. I want to see him in actually not a butler. I want to see him in a maid outfit.
Don't you
That's what I want.
fucking dare. I'll burn this whole fucking campaign to the ground.
That's my job, goddammit.
Like I said, I have plans.
Plans with it.
Oh.
Okay. Who's next?
I can go next, I suppose. I am Yakov Belmont of House Belmont. I was a farmer boy, actually, before I was paladin. I was bought by a priest, taken to a stronghold where I trained. I wasn't much for the faith thing, but I was taught a doctrine to live by and adhere to, and here I am now, questioning it. I was told, slay evil, evil is bad. It's black and white, and now it's all shades of grey. Which is pointed out shortly after I killed a vampire and a father looking after him. I began to question it all. And anyway, here I am. I'm a paladin. I was in service of. God, I've forgotten his name. Where'd I closed that tab? God damn it. Tempest. It was Tempest.
It's been so long.
Yeah.
Diego,
has
get off
actually.
your MacBook. God damn it.
25 sessions ago or something.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
I forget something, I need to open the portable hole, pull out the diary.
Yeah. I was in service of Tempest, and yeah, I was just forgotten in a small town somewhere.
You did say, though, that you just want to get home to your wife.
Yes, I have my wife. I am Yes, she was actually also the part of the Belmont Fortress. Most terrifying creature I ever met. That woman. Scary,
So,
scary. She
if you
could.
continue.
Sorry, you were saying?
Oh, no, I was just saying, if you were a farmer, was Belmont the order, as it were, or the name?
Yeah, Belmont is not my family name. It's the name I was given upon becoming a paladin.
Do
It's
you
weird.
remember your original name?
No, I wasn't bought when I was so young. It's just a name I've forgotten. Cast aside.
Mm.
What is your wife's name?
Olivia.
It's good to remember these things.
She has a great bow and she's got blonde hair, brown eyes, and will scare the ever-loving shit out of you if you so much as look at her wrong. Far more powerful creature than I. She's an inquisitor, actually.
She sounds lovely.
She is. I'm late for dinner. I'm terrified of what's going to happen today.
A sudden realization. It's like you should have been home 7 days ago.
Yeah, I can imagine she's organising a crusade around now. Actually,
She's more than welcome to join us.
it's she's going to kill me, not Strahd.
Oh, but
Well, that wouldn't be a first for you.
No, mind you though, I'm technically in violation of my own doctrines, but I still have my divine powers. So that's well, technically I'm not undead though, am I? Am I undead? I think I'm alive.
we're
I don't know. Let's
currently
try.
alive.
If you want, I can figure out.
Well, I want you to figure out, Sterling, as if this plate's bloody cursed.
I can give that another go in a bit.
That would be nice. But yeah.
I can also try it.
Besides that, I'm just a very confused paladin who wants to go home. But first, really first, I want to kill me some fucking hags.
Yes.
I've got a debt to settle. Yeah, life is strange, isn't it? Death is weirder. I don't recommend it.
Try and avoid it.
Yeah, I'm just a bit confused at the moment, to be honest with you lot. There's a lot to go on, a lot to process, and a lot's happened.
A lot more's going to happen.
Oh, yeah, and I don't know how long it's going to take. If we're here for another week, we'd have lived 2 lifetimes worth of bullshit.
I've been here.
Can I have my wine back, Rayla? I think I could use a drink.
I passed the wineskin back.
I take a deep swig.
How about you, Rayla? Anything else you want to talk about?
I don't really know how much you want to know.
Just talk and words fall out your face. That won't make sense like mine did, but
yeah, that's what I do in real life.
Well,
this is real life. Or is it
I
just
guess
fantasy? Born in.
we're
Sorry, carry on.
we're going to be discussing
escaping from
our
Barovia.
plans next, then I guess I could explain a bit about my past that might make you understand my motivations. I've told you I'm an assassin. Probably a bit foolish of me to do that so quickly, but I did.
Just a little bit, I suppose.
But I haven't told you how I joined the guild.
I think.
Did
There we have new party members, since she explained, Flint, to be fair.
But I believe she has told us to a degree.
Well, I was in a really sharing mood back then.
Really, it was quite something.
Maybe it was the pies.
It was before.
It was
No,
just
it was
pre-pie.
way before the pies.
We were just traveling to Daggerford.
She may have had one wine
Yeah.
too many. Anyway.
Well, I was sold by my mother when I was a child. My father had left her, and after that, she was like a shell of her former self. The only time she really showed any emotion was the anger she directed at me, and so she just wanted rid of me, really. At the guild, I did various errands that a slave would perform, and one night there was an incident with an assassin from the guild, and well, I may have murdered him with a broom.
Hmm?
Yep.
I've seen what a broom can do.
Yeah, surprisingly useful, especially. I mean, he had a few cups of wine, I guess. But the guild saw what had happened and decided to start training me from that day on. And I've worked for them as an assassin since my training ended. So it's pretty much that whole past that's the reason I feel quite protective over the kids in Vallaki. And I'd really like to make sure they're safe.
Well, what it's worth, your training as an assassin's paid off, hasn't it?
Yep. I'd like to have my freedom, though. That would be nice. I guess
Well,
in
you
a
are free.
strange way, I've had my freedom here.
You've been free for the past 7 days. No, Assassin's
Yeah.
Guild.
I would
Type.
not say this place was free.
Free from one aspect, I suppose. People are
Mhm.
very rarely free from everything.
And I think at this point, I think Rayla would have a sudden realization when she would return to Faerun. She hasn't reported to a handler for quite some time.
Oh,
And
shit.
thieves and the Assassin's Guild have some certain protocols in place.
What's wrong, Rayla?
I hadn't really thought about life back before we got here. I know it's only been 7 days, but I swear it feels like it's been months. And I don't think the Assassin's Guild is going to be too happy that I disappeared and didn't complete my mission.
Oh
Well,
fuck! I haven't reported in from
To be
bloody week
fair,
either.
in your particular case, I
And
suppose.
sure, with reasonable explanation,
You see,
Or
explain.
I think with most assassins, a reasonable explanation wouldn't
well, you
fly.
might not need to do an
And for a
explanation.
slave, they're really not gonna care what I have to
Well,
say.
that's the point. To be fair, if you're a slave, I imagine they want to keep you around, but you're not that high up, I suppose. You're not that important to them. But if you
Yes,
go
but
missing,
if I've been compromised,
I know, but there is literally no sign of you anywhere in Faerun at this point in time. They can look for you all you want. You
yeah,
won't
well,
be there. It'll eventually probably be they will write you off as killed in action or utterly missing.
I doubt it.
Well, I suppose there's only one way to find out.
Well, that's a problem to discuss once we get out of this shithole. For
Yeah.
now, we have some more pressing problems.
All that's left is you, Flynn.
Yeah, this is as particularly when Rayla's been talking, he's been looking around, realizing sort of what he started, and that he's the last one to go.
What happened to the kids, Lynn? What happened to the kids?
You don't know anything about those children
Yet.
Yet. Will you find out in the next couple of minutes? Probably find out. I suppose it's yes, my turn then. Sort of like fidget a lot and sort out his hair, make sure that's looking
I
as good as
pass
it
him the
always-
wine, recognizing the signs of trauma.
May I ask, Which is this just wine you've had with you, or did you
It's
purchase
just
it?
it's wine purchased here. Actually, I think it's about a week old now that I think about it, but wine's wine.
More
Seems as-
aging.
Yeah, maybe if it's not from this inn, it'll be fine. And he'll take a big swig of it and hand it back. I suppose to start off with, I know I said the whole thing about trusting, but I'm aware we haven't known each other for very long, so there's obviously that to consider, I suppose. But yeah, much like much like many other people, I suppose, I just want to get home. I had been traveling for quite some time, and was on my way. I had the village called Socomba. I don't know if any of you heard of it. East of Daggerford, which is where we were heading. I don't know if you have, Rayla, actually heard of the place. I don't know if you exactly remember where you were from, but there's some moon elves, which I believe you are, that live in Socomba as well. So,
I
don't-
actually I left home at such a young age. I honestly don't really know
Well,
where I lived.
I suppose, who knows? Maybe you were born and sort of raised in the same town that I was. It's mostly filled with humans and halflings, though. And that note is of sure one thing you're aware I am a half elf, and on that note, I feel like I talking you again, Yegoff. The term half human is certainly not due to
Never
most.
used politely.
Not there wasn't many elves in Socomba. Obviously, most of them didn't like me, but some of the humans that didn't like me, it was half elf, used in a non-polite term, shall we say. I don't know, I suppose the term half human makes it seem that it's the human side that's wrong to me, which, as far as I know, it isn't. Due to, I suppose, much like Rayla, my mother, she didn't sell me to an assassin's guild. It's a common theme, it seems, here of people being brought and sold. But yeah, my father too left it. Well,
I think it's a little bit different for me. I went willingly.
yes, still
It's a
technically
step.
purchased. Right direction, I suppose.
Yeah.
Not much like I will say too. I have seen a broom used in very violent ways. If you got on the wrong side of my mother who raised me.
I mean, you also murdered one in a certain house, but we'll gloss over that for now.
Yes.
Wait, was your mother an elf?
No. She was a human. Yeah. Name is Eloise. I haven't seen her in a while, I suppose. Been traveling a fair bit. I don't know.
Do you know your father's name?
No. All I know is that he was an elf. He had black hair, much like myself, and green eyes. That's all I
I've
know.
got one of those.
Yeah, well, one of mine's also blue. But yeah, I said when on traveling that I was going to Daggerford to look for money. That was I just wanted to go home. suppose.
Wanted to
I
go
don't know.
home.
Yeah, but it's gonna take a while, I feel like, and I don't know. A lot has changed since I was last there, I suppose.
Hmm.
Don't know. And I'm sure the town's quite different now as well.
You'll be surprised how little changes over a long period of time in a town.
I suppose. It was a while though. But yeah. Don't know. Don't know what else I can.
I think a
Are you
comment.
an?
Hmm?
I was just gonna say, are you an only child, Flint?
Yes. Yes. My mother never got into another relationship of any kind. Although I don't know, to be fair, my father, if you could call him that, I could have plenty of half siblings. But
What about the burning house, Flint? What about the screaming children, huh? What about them?
I killed them all. Yeah, obviously starting to visibly sweat a little bit as well when talking about this.
I think a common trend is that we all just want to go home.
Agreed.
I forgot to ask Sophia, but I want to ask you both. What's the source of your magic? Are you wizards? I know Sterling's a cleric in service of Gond.
Indeed.
What's the
I
source?
am also
Although
in
I don't know.
service,
To a
but
god?
I am not sure who.
Ah,
All I know is that my parents gave me this, and points to the book that she pulled out.
is that a spell book, is it?
Not as such. It is a book that was given to my parents and then down to me, but I do not know anything more.
Ah, more akin to a grimoire then.
Seems that way.
How about you, Flint? What's the source of your power?
You know, just for pretty much as long as I can remember. You know, I could do things that the other people of the town couldn't. I suppose that added to the jealousy of it all. Also, Finn's sweating even more and frantically rubbing his hands together during
Ah, an innate talent. No.
Yeah, it's caused. Yeah. Plenty
He
of time, I
appears
suppose.
visibly uncomfortable past that question.
Yes. Mhm.
Oh, pry no more then. More wine?
No, I'm okay. You know, I was going to start this off with my name's Flint and I've been alcohol free for a few days, but I suppose that's not true anymore.
Nope, that title goes to me.
I may seem deflecting to a degree. Auric,
Hmm?
this may be uncomfortable, and I know you've been in Fort a bit. You've mentioned them a couple of times. But you've been in Barovia for, I don't know if you're longer than Sofia, but longer than the rest of us. But you've mentioned your own family.
Yes. We learned yesterday when Vasily revealed himself to be who he was. That
Today.
was how it was today. Feels like yesterday. Wow.
It's been a very long day.
I learned from him that family was not transported to Barovia with me. So I don't know if that terrifies me or makes me comfortable.
To me, it sounds like more of a relief.
I just don't
But
know how
I'm-
they were.
I suppose it's a relief that they're safe, but a
What's happening?
pain and burden that you're alone.
It-
Well, maybe not anymore.
It has been said that time flows different here. I've been here months. I don't know how many, but months. What does that translate to in the real world?
I don't know. Do you know when you entered Barovia? What date it was in the
No
Inferior?
idea. We were traveling on horseback that day, moving our operations to a different village. I
What
don't
was the
remember
last date you remember?
It'd probably be Daggerford you were heading to, I imagine. Maybe. Or south, I don't remember what's south of it.
Fuck, I wrote that in my backstory. Let me go find it.
Yeah, I was just reading.
Yuck.
Yuck, yuck. I think I wrote that in my backstory. Hold on. I'll be honest, Flint. Right now, it escapes my memory.
It's not only been a long day, but for you, I imagine a long few months.
I would imagine, completely off the top of my head, probably around 7 months.
It is quite some time.
Hey Max, did we ever learn what the time conversion rate from Barovia and the material plane is?
No.
I don't know.
Fuck,
We just
okay.
know that it flows weird.
You just know it flows
Oh.
weirdly, yeah.
Do you know what date it was? Well, what's the date you last remember back in Faerun?
Max, I'm gonna have to consult you here because
You do not remember the date exact, no.
Is
Okay.
it a rough
month.
estimate?
Or like a month.
A month and a year?
Well, you weren't
Long.
really sticking to the cities at the time, were you, Rick?
we were on horseback traveling from. Oh, he also probably mentioned at some point he's from Cormyr, the village of Cormyr. He was traveling from Cormyr through a misty forest with his associates.
Sounds
That-
familiar.
So the date in mind would have is a week before the rest of the group camped on that fateful night.
Okay.
Which would be, just give me like,
The thing, so Oryx is like went to Barovia on the 10th kind of thing. You guys went on the 17th. Oryx been here for what feels like a month.
oh, so he was like literally a week before us
Yeah, in Faerun time. Yeah.
in Faerun time. I gave him like a rough estimate because I would know what date I would be leaving, so I'd have a date to rendezvous at my location.
I've been here forever, no?
You've never left Barovia now, even though you are Vistani and you travel in and out. Madame Ava's camp tends to stay is their falls. Madame Ava won't explain why, but the village, well, the community elders seems to trust her greatly. So it's just a thing you guys did. It was very odd Vistani behavior to stay in one place for so long.
All this talk of your places of birth, guys, makes me want to travel and explore.
If things go well, we can offer you that opportunity.
Yeah, there's a world's much bigger place than Barovia. Sunnier too. So much sunnier.
Hmm.
Except when it isn't.
Hmm.
Holy
At
fuck,
least
it's
it's a
miserable when
change.
it rains.
We should go.
It would be nice.
Mhm.
What's west of Westeros?
I don't know where Westeros is, but I'm sure there's lots of stuff.
It's a dump, don't go there.
Oh, fair enough. I heard it was pretty good to begin with.
It was, but then some undead armies from the north marched.
Oh, that's why you hate the Indians. Sorry.
Oh, us changelings are interesting because when we shift, our bodies lose and gain everything. For example, my hair right now, as I'm typical auric, they say, and my beard. If I shift, that leaves. But when we were fighting that shadow monster, when that weird stuff happened, I was transported to a void of sorts. I don't know how to describe it, but I was approached by dryads. And
Dryads.
yeah, and they offered me a gift, and he'll hold up his
You
right.
spoke with Dryads and they offered you a gift.
Yes, I hold up his
That-
right hand. I think it is. I'm pretty sure it's the right hand, and along it you'll see the vine and foliage tattoo.
Yes.
Auric, if only you knew how rare that was.
I am still processing it, but this doesn't leave when I shift. He'll shift, I don't know, into Erwin.
So it's kind of like a scar.
This, and when I use magic, and he'll cast minor illusion and just flip the egg off the bird, put a hand flipping egg off the bird, like above his hand.
Yep.
The tattoo, it glows, and I don't know what this means, but
It appears you have, well, my best guess is similar to Sofia. They've gifted you some power.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if like Sterling would be able to deduce?
Was it I
Same.
gifted him power?
No, it's like similar to how you've been. Your power isn't your own.
Right. Okay. Sorry, you confused me there. It's alright. You
Sorry.
continue.
Can't
No,
do-
Sophia's the source of all
So-
our power. If she dies, we're fucked.
Okay, Arcana.
Oh god.
Right, I'm actually desperate for the toilet spirit bag.
I did save you from those wolves.
18.
Werewolves.
Yeah.
You don't recognize a pattern for any books you've read. They do seem
Books.
like you just like have a sense of divine energy coming out of it. It's like something's abnormal.
Okay.
I'm guessing you haven't dealt much with the Feywild or Sylvan in particular, so you wouldn't really know anything
No.
about this.
No, although, maybe I can take a look at it a bit later on. Probably.
We've got the evening to do it.
I'd like to learn more about this.
I don't know much.
In that case, let me have a look at it once we finished here.
Um,
So this is where we are. What do we do next?
we're back. We're back.
Um,
Wait, no, don't retcon my bend. What?
We need to fix things, I guess. This isn't our mess, but it's fallen into our laps.
I think I mentioned for a moment before. We're in Vallaki. For now, it seems to me that this should be the priority.
I also agree.
But if we're adventuring, don't we need to come up with some sort of name?
Oh, guys, I think we can wait on the name, I suppose. I think it might be more important to figure out. And also, your name's Sophia, mine's Flint, and Oryx is Argus.
I have many.
Argus. He has many names. Many.
That's it. The group of many names.
That's
So
gonna
the
be
deck of many things, but
That would be unbelievably confusing.
I think something more along the lines of Devil Slayers might
We
be
have
more fitting.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Adam, run away quick. I think
What?
names. I keep hanging a group of names.
Thinking of group names.
Yes.
I don't believe we're in need of a name.
Yeah. We've got our own names already.
Yes, I don't think this is the most pressing matter.
But yes, I think figuring out, protecting Vallaki from wives and children of the devil, and maybe at the same time looking into what the local Vistani have done, and the Dusk Elves' children, and Irina and Ismark.
What's very clear of Barovia, and I'm not killed by my god, and heck, we all make it out of here alive. Maybe then we can go to a guild and register under a formal name or something.
Yes, that's right. But
The
that's the idea I
the
put forward.
Jotman Retrievers.
Jotman Retrieval Squad. Yeah, Saving
I
Private
like
Yachtman.
it.
What rank? Yeah, Saving Private Yachtman. That's the
What's
name.
Yachtman's last name?
Saving Private Yachtman.
Or in this
Doesn't
case, it'd be Saving Butler Yachtmont.
No!
What's Yachtman's last name? Does he have a last name?
There was none that you guys learnt.
I would have known though.
You would have known, yeah.
You also did not learn it.
Yeah,
Is that because you haven't decided on one, or?
There was he never.
It's more of a master-slave kind of relationship they had.
No,
Sterling's
It was,
No,
it,
not at
it was
all.
Mr. Yachtmon at best.
no.
Master Yachtman.
I was going to go.
Mr. Yachtman.
At no point at all in you knowing him did he say his second name. Because he
That's not
doesn't
why I'm
know it.
Wait,
Dun, dun,
look at it.
dun.
His name is Yachtman Yachtman.
Oh my god. It's just Yachtmon.
Oh god.
Everyone's been pronouncing it wrong because it's Githyanki.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought it was
come
I thought it
on.
was Yachtman, i.e., he was a family of men.
Yachtman. It's just
Yeah.
a bunch of tiny yachtmans in a trench
It's just
coat.
a small.
Yes,
It's just a small boat powered by sail.
the idea.
Which is why
let
Jakob
me
was so
go to this
fond of him. He was
character
a boat.
page. I don't believe he had one.
Yeah, I don't know who got that, but what Finn said, but yeah.
What was it, Francis?
Well,
Effectively working on making sure Vallaki is safe. So retrieve all the bones, dealing with the Vallaki Vistani, and looking into Ismark and Irina, and also the kids, like Arabelle.
yeah.
I don't
Seems
know.
reasonable.
I haven't made many plans that deal with this sort of thing. So I suppose not many people have.
Well, I think we need to think about what we get out of completing each of these tasks, because some may be more important than others.
Well, if we find the bones of Saint Ardal, however you say his name,
Androl.
Androl, we protect Vallaki from not the devil himself, but from pretty much everything else, it seems. So if we can do that quickly, it means
Seems like a good place to start to me.
yes, we can
Yeah.
ask more about Father Lucian and around the town tomorrow. I suppose. I think we're all in need of a rest. It has been a
Yes,
busy day.
indeed.
But yeah.
So would you,
So,
as a group, like to do a vote on what you would like to do?
well, I've put forward my suggestions.
I think retrieving the bones is a place to start.
I think we should go get wine. I know Raylan likes wine. I like wine. We should
They're
go
out of
and find out the wine thing.
Bye then.
I'll follow with whatever you guys decide. I don't have a vote here because I don't know what's best.
Nor do I.
Well, we
For all
don't
I
know
know,
what's
there's
best.
nothing wrong with Vallaki, and we could waste our time. Maybe Erwin's in danger right now and needs our help. I don't know.
Well,
We have to do what we know
This-
with the information we have.
Is there
And I would-
anything
I
that's
think that
told
this
us
is
that he's in danger?
No, but he's going through Barovia, so I suppose that. But he's from this land, he'll be fine. My priority.
even if he was in danger, I feel that the protection of the city is more important than the protection of one individual.
Well,
The only issue with that is that we know an associate of Rudolph.
Rudolph.
Fucking name.
Rudolph van Richten.
Yeah, on notes where you at. Yeah, him. We know he was an associate, or is an associate of Rudolph's, and Rudolph will be extremely important in removing
I-
Big Man himself.
I feel like if we were to head to the winery, which I will say that for the moment I'm against, we would be going past the tower that he's in anyway, so we would be seeing Rudolph before. Just as a note, probably.
I will follow whatever Flint wants to do. I believe in
So-
his strategic.
But if
Flint looks very confused if someone would ever want to, in this capacity.
Sticking with it.
Yeah.
well,
Sophia's really like untrustworthy of Flint at the moment.
Distrusting?
if having a
My insight's low enough, I wouldn't notice.
if having a point of contact within Vallaki is that important, then maybe we should go to the winery.
You said yourself, Sterling, that the safety of a town would be more important than that of one person. Maybe he's
Yes,
a very
but
important
it
person.
depends who that person is, and that
An
person might.
associate of Rudolph's would be more than capable of looking after himself, I believe.
Well, in that
Otherwise,
case,
he wouldn't have travelled alone, would he?
He's also on horseback, so he'd be getting there pretty quickly. He wouldn't be walking.
I mean,
He's probably armed.
I'm not saying that we should. I'm just making sure that we make the best decision by asking questions.
Well, if we think about it, we've got 9 nights till we have to deal with the hags. We've got 3 days till the festival and the wedding. If we get the bones and local situations done before that, and we deal with whatever's happening in this wedding/festival, we will still have time before the deadline with the hags to go to the winery on horseback that we've been offered, and probably visit Rudolph as well, and come back. And I believe if it works out in a decent manner, we'll still have a night or 2 left before the hags.
Just to help you guys with their timings as well, the way it would work if you were set out at dawn the next day, you guys would be able to get to the tower and the winery, and basically, if no complications occur, you would arrive back in 2 days' time in the afternoon. The wedding's on the 3rd day in the afternoon as well, so you have the entire morning to get back as well on the 3rd day.
In terms of bones, do we have any leads?
We did, I
They would
believe.
take. Well, they would take. The only people who would have access to it is Farvolution and
Milovich, I believe.
Milovich.
Well,
You never
no,
know,
was
you
it
might have
also-
been
There was one
recovered.
more.
You might have recovered a bit more with strength by the next day.
It was also the small boy, but he was.
Oh, he
with
was cleared, I believe.
Farvolution. Yes.
So we can either go on a wild goose chase for the bones, where we don't know how long it might take, or we go get some wine and have a great time at the festival.
I don't
You
believe
know,
our
not
pirates are-
everything's about food and drink, Sophia.
Maybe not in your world.
I have a
Not-
feeling going after the Irwin and the tower might be the best idea. I know the bones are important, but they don't protect from the biggest threat of all. So
The biggest threat of all is not interested in laying waste to the town, though.
no, not that we
'Cause-
know of. But he knows. We know that he likes to cause misery and chaos.
Well, yes, but he's
Chaos?
not doing that in this way, I suppose. I don't at all want to leave this town, and particularly certain parts of the town, undefended in their entirety.
I don't want to leave either.
Can I make a suggestion? And it's not a good one.
Hmm?
We send someone after Erwin. Doesn't people stay here looking for clues?
Remember, they did say the lands to the west were fairly dangerous to travel currently.
I think more of us should stay here because then we can split up and cover different leads within the town.
That does leave us at the danger of not being at our full strength, of course.
Also, what do you think will happen, as I mentioned before, when the devil finds that his beloved is being married off to someone else?
Well, we can't make it back before then.
I had a
Uh-huh.
weird idea for that as well. After what we saw Auric can do you think maybe we can persuade Irina and Burgermeister's son to postpone the wedding for like a day and we hold a fake wedding?
I don't think that that's the best idea.
Why not? Mess
Because
with Strahd a bit.
yes, and Strahd, the devil,
Mhm.
is
Oh,
pretty
yep, the
capable, it seems, and and if the town's left undefended, it won't just be him; it will be anything and everything.
Oh no, I think
So
we should find the bones.
my idea is that if we leave Vallaki and don't find the bones, when we come back to Vallaki, it will be on fire.
I think we should
But
find
that won't happen
How
Not
do
to
you
do
know it
with
won't
you.
happen?
because that we're not the only people protecting Vallaki. There have been people here before, and there will be people here after.
Well, the reason why Vallaki was truly safe was because these bones kept it safe. No one knows that they've gone apart from Farvolution and ourselves.
Well, that's not our fault.
No, it's not.
But we are the people who know, and we are the people trusted
Oh.
with the task.
Just to play the devil's advocate, if those with ill intent towards Vallaki were aware that the bones were gone, wouldn't you have thought the town's already be ravaged by now?
But yeah, they don't know it's gone.
But what if they find out?
Hmm.
Will they find
Well,
out?
Right.
they won't find out if we
I don't
are
know. Are
the
you
only
giving
people
us
that
a hint,
know.
oh, voice in the sky?
God damn it.
I don't know, am I?
I
I've
don't
got
know.
a suggestion. There is no guarantee we will find the bones in the days we have left until the festivities. Let's say we go find Owen, stop by the tower, bring old Rupert back, and then we'll be at much better strength for if anything happens at the wedding, at festivals.
Why not? Let's go and question about the bones before we leave,
Yes, thank you. I was about to
and
suggest
then
that.
Yeah.
have
Okay. Yeah.
and then we have a plan of what we're going to do, and at least some idea, rather than us running around like headless chickens around
So let's
this
say,
fine city.
let's say we talk to Milovich. He's got his memory back, and he knows who took the bones, and we know where they are. Would we go
What-
to them instead?
What was the
Even
name
if he does-
Milovich said? It was Vasily, wasn't he? Whispered before falling asleep,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It was.
Okay.
No, it was the mage, wasn't it?
No, he said Vasily.
Did he?
Sorry, that was Felix. My bad.
Yeah.
He
it was
said
the mage guy.
what was his name? Pluto,
Yeah, Pluto is what.
drunk
Milovich
fisher
said.
guy, whatever it was.
Yeah.
He said that one. Apologies, there's so much fucking information.
I know, it's alright. I know you guys are struggling to make a decision, but this entire bit of the chapter is all about consequences and making tough decisions. So if you're thinking this is hard to choose what path to take, the book's intentionally making it hard.
Yeah, I mean, I do
The
like
book's a
the fact
dick.
that it's like
Yeah.
this.
Well, if we speak to Milovich, I will make sure we know everything.
You have such a method?
He
Of
has
course.
that magic zone thing.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Yes. Speaking of not keeping secrets, don't resist it.
But
next
by
time.
the way, I was reading up on Zone of Truth, right? I
Mhm.
found a really intricate article about it.
Oh, boy.
Basically, because if that magic was available to everyone, there wouldn't be any crime, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was
So-
reading that same thing.
So basically, Zone of Truth is,
Yes, you resist
in my universe anyway, an interpretation of Fair Room, is it classified as forbidden magic?
Well,
So if
Auric
you
was
get
not a
if you
good
get
guy.
well, exactly. So it fits. but you need to be very subtle in using it, because if guards discover you are using it, you will be thrown in the stocks, basically.
Okay. Alright, that's good to know.
Yeah. Just so
Wait.
I, clarify it, because
Oh, you're
otherwise
not
it'll be broken as hell. Every bloody town guard would be just
Yeah.
truthing everyone.
I think
know?
I also
It wouldn't
saw
be
the same
town
thing you
guards,
guys saw.
It'd be accomplished mages would be sought after, like they'd be sent off for every trial,
Mhm.
and there'd be like banks of mages dedicated
Think
to
of it as like truth serum, which is
Oh, you know what,
equally
just-
as like illegal, But
What I do in Resistance,
certain
I just-
organizations may still use it in a hush hush manner,
Okay, I guess Auric saying he has his ways. Probably
Very
wouldn't
on
mention,
theme,
like,
very on theme, so be fine, yeah.
I mean, we've
I-
seen
I mean, we already know about it anyway.
Yeah, I guess the first time, if we roll back way back, he would have said like, "Oh, this is something I learned from my job. Do not tell others."
Yeah, fine, because you didn't know at the time. I was like outlawed magic, similar to how necromancy is outlawed.
Do I got any
Yeah.
necromancy spells? Probably.
Probably.
Necromancy is just efficient use of resources.
I think
And
necromancy
really
is
late healing.
misunderstood.
As
Yeah.
someone who played Grave Domain Cleric for a very long time, I agree. It was very efficient.
All I'm saying, necromancy is got its good sides. Enchantment magic is bad, and
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
all about the enchantment magic, baby.
Yep. Enchantment magic is also outlawed in many other cities by the Lords of Waterdeep.
Well, I'll have to be quite careful with how you say
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I think if you get caught in, enchanting a noble person of Waterdeep, I think it is the death sentence. I think,
No.
or you're forced into exile. They take all your belongings, and it's like 50,000 gold fine or something crazy like that.
Well, Auric is just a walking crime.
Are
Yeah,
we-
code legal. I can give it to you at some point if you're interested in it.
Sure.
Can we be, in a sense, agreed, though, that if Milovich can point us in the right direction for the bones,
Yes, it seems like a pertinent
we
use
find
of our time.
those. We look for the bones instead of the winery.
If we
I
can
can
find out
get
the
behind
information.
that plan.
So real quick, out of character, 7 out of my 10 known spells are fucking enchantment magic. Oh shit.
Yep.
Okay.
I think we need to have that discussion when if and when we get that information.
Well, that would be for tomorrow, wouldn't it?
Indeed.
I don't think it's an automatic let's change over and find the bones. There's a lot of things that we need to do.
If the situation is practical, I think we pursue that.
Yes.
But we'll get there and we'll decide. I'm happy to call it a night.
Me
The
too.
choice really is between what's better for us and what's better for the people.
You know, it's not just maybe we will be fine, but the effects on the conscience might not be. Not that it's going to be good in any situation.
No, you have to put that aside. You don't get used to it, you learn how to live with it. Anyway, that's a happy thought, isn't it?
I'll make sure to sleep on it.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And for your tracking of dates and stuff, Nathan,
Hmm.
you guys sleep the night and get a long rest, and the night
I
goes
would,
by.
if possible, I would like to
Before
do a
before
couple
we go to
things.
sleep, I'd like to do a few things.
Yeah, I would like to do
Okay.
some things as
Yeah,
well.
if you want to do some things, go for it.
If that's well, Sam, you can.
Um,
have we separated and gone into our own rooms at this point? I suppose.
You
I
can
would've
start
wanted-
to stand up
Oh.
kind of thing, get yourself ready if you want.
Who's staying with who then?
I believe you and Rayla are in the room now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe I've got Sterling.
Yeah, Gov, Arik, do you want me to check out your mark and your plate mail again?
Sure.
Please, yes.
So I would like to cast Identify on each of them. I will start with the tattoo.
Start with Arik, he wants to go to bed.
Yeah.
Yep. Make
also
a-
we're in the same.
Make an Arcana check, because again, it is magics of dealings you haven't ever seen before.
I don't have any bardic inspiration to offer you, but good luck.
Identify will help a fair bit with the DC. Oh!
Alright.
I was
No.
waiting to use one of
So
these.
Sterling,
I would
Sterling,
really
what do you think this
expect
is?
Chops his arm out.
Well,
No! God, please, no!
I have
No!
no
No!
fucking clue.
Sam, what to 12 natural one, people.
No,
I
no, no,
believe it's
Sam.
toast.
I want Sterling to give me some absolute bullshit with a natural one.
You think someone he's drawn on and he's trolling you? He's drawn it on with like a quill and ink.
Yeah. This looks like it's been drawn on with a quill and ink. By a 5-year-old.
This is a permanent thing on my body, Sterling. You try
mean-
rub it off. I've tried.
Sorry, pardon?
Auric takes
What?
great offense to this, I think.
I'm the
Crazy
chosen
Mark.
one, and I look like I've got a 5-year-old drawing on me.
Well,
How dare you!
I mean that I'm not getting much from my spell except for
You're getting nothing. It's not even the hint of divine energy you had earlier. It's just nothingness now.
I'm not getting much from my spell. I guess that's just my way of telling you I'm getting nothing.
Wait, it's not magic anymore? Oh. Oh no.
Maybe
He
it's
said
only
it's not magic anymore.
maybe it's only magical when it's in use. Who knows?
Maybe
Uh.
that might be why I'm getting nothing.
Very scared he's gonna prestidigitation and make it smell like a fart in front of Sterling. Does it
No.
light up?
It lights up.
Oh, Sterling.
Can I
You
try cast identify again on it but this time whilst it's in use?
The question is, within that one, would Auric allow you to do it again?
Oh, he's offended. Makes a fart and he goes to bed. Good night.
Well,
Good night.
Good night, sir.
I said good night.
good
I bid you
night.
good.
Alright, I'm sorry.
Storms off to bed like an angry teenager.
I turn to Yagov.
go.
I'm still working on this people stuff.
You just see Yagos like looking very worried at you and just very worried about your ability to identify magical shit because you have
I've
not got a good track record.
Oh, Sam, please
Do you
roll
still
a
want
one.
to? You still want to present this plate of full plate? Yet again, I'll remind you, he's already failed the DC on this one once on you,
Okay.
I know, and he's had
and
like,
on Chad.
yeah. I'm like Sterling. All I'm
Yes.
going to say is, once you're finished with this, make sure you can remove the curse tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.
Please?
It's chest plates of internal fireballs.
I love how remove curse is just a permanent spell he has to take now.
Oh, no.
6.
6.
It's just all full plate. Nothing wrong here.
No, I think I did just a bit more than that last time, so I guess I just stick with.
Well, you rolled
That.
lower this time. You don't remember that. You're
Pardon?
you're questioning your very ability to identify right now. You think this is not magical either.
Oh, I'm going to bed.
He doesn't even say anything. Just literally touches. Goes, "Oh, I need to go to bed." Just walks off.
Yeah.
Sam,
So-
I love having you in campaigns.
Pardon?
I love having you in campaigns.
I love how he's like one of the most
Sterling, I know we're
OP
meant to be
classes in the game, and he makes it like look so balanced.
Sterling, I know we're meant to be trusting in each other, but right now your abilities make me concerned.
Do not worry, my AC of 21 and all my resistances mean I won't fail you. Ah, I slipped on a banana.
Makes sense because it was text.
Oh no, I got a dent in my chassis.
Oh no, not again. Just
He's just
going
laughing
down
at
to
you,
Chris
he's
Sterling.
laughing at this point.
No wonder
Oh,
Jotman got him on the cheap.
They had to pay Yachtman to take him.
So has Yakov left the room with the people?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm still in there with Rayla and Sofia at the moment.
Okay.
And I would. I feel like when I was talking about trusting, I may have focused on the two of you a
Just
bit
a
more,
little.
just a little, and
Just slightly.
for just slightly. And Sophia, to begin with, I entirely did believe that you ran off and decided just to leave us once you saw we were fighting a shadow demon. But from what Yegov has said and with Chad and whatnot, I do now believe that it wasn't entirely your doing.
Well, thank you. Is that an apology?
To an extent, it's just I'm aware that certain things like that can happen, and
Well, I appreciate you coming forward and saying that. It didn't make me feel very good. It felt like I was being picked on, and all I had done was run to try and help you guys.
You were being picked on. That's exactly what was happening. I was picking on you because, to begin with, as I saw it, as I said, you did just leave us, but it does now appear that that wasn't the case. And I suppose if Rayla, you haven't. I don't imagine the environment you've been brought up in is exactly one of trust, I suppose, or trust in other people, I suppose.
Not really, no.
I imagine it's more about who's fastest with a knife, I imagine.
And who has the most gold?
And who's the best of a broom?
Well, that's clearly me.
I don't know. There's some people. I know some people give you a run for money. Well, I've never seen any. She never killed anyone with it, but Mother certainly came close. Yeah. Anyway, that's that. And I will get up and leave the room. But Sam's not here at the moment. But I'd like to go to the room in which he's in.
Okay. You knock at the
Sam's not
door.
here.
Yeah. I answer.
Yegor. May I talk to, here he is, Sterling?
Yes.
By all means.
Is it okay if Sterling comes out?
Sure. I continue trying to take off my armor, which takes 10 minutes.
Okay. Sterling.
Yes.
I'll close the door to Yegov's room and make sure that all the doors to all the rooms are closed.
You hear a loud clang as I drop my helmet and I swear.
I am aware that you removed a curse, as it were, from Yegov today.
Yes.
Just through Chad Weather. So there goes. Can you do that again?
Not right now. My magical energy is kind of drained at the moment.
Okay. All right then.
I don't have any spell slots left.
I'm aware. I know what it means. Okay.
If you wait till the morning, then I will be able to. May I ask what do you need it for?
Merely a curiosity is all, Sterling.
Okay.
Yeah, it's quite a ability, isn't it? A scroll turned Holos into Sophia. It did whatever it did to Chad, and yeah. But anyway, yes, if you don't, then that's fine.
Ask again tomorrow, and I will be able to help.
Okay. All right, I'll turn around and head into the room and my room with Auric, and is Auric awake at the moment?
Yeah. He's
Um,
scowling at the ceiling.
As you walk down the corridor, I'm like,
Crossed
"Good
arms.
night."
I,
Yeah.
I don't return the gesture, but I close the door behind him, behind Flint, and I sort of sit opposite Auric for a minute if he's on his bed.
Oh, yeah.
Auric.
Hmm?
You can turn into anyone you've seen before, right?
Anyone that's within the same basic arrangement of limbs as
Okay.
myself.
Can I ask a favor of one of that?
Sure.
Can you can you turn into me?
No?
Yeah, can do it now.
This is when Nathan has to explain he doesn't have a weird self fetish thing.
Yeah, because it's gonna get weird in the next question I ask afterwards. Don't worry.
Alright,
Can you?
go. Kick himself up, so he's sitting up. Throw his legs off the bed, so he's over it, and same thing that happened before. He'll start shifting,
Oh,
and then
okay.
Flint's there in
So-
Auric's clothes.
So I imagine the eyes are green and blue, but now,
Has he seen your other eye?
yes.
Then yes, they would be.
Would there just not been an eye there if he had? If it was just.
He would have imagined it in blue.
But anyway, now are any of like Auric's arms or like chest area on display?
Good question. Right now, probably like
I believe
unbuttoned
your
tunic.
forearms would be showing because you have
Yeah,
your
forearms and tunic.
trench coat
Chest
off.
area.
I'm gonna walk up to Auric and
Hedgehog.
with a glove on one hand, yes, sort of probably look around his arm. That's, I imagine, got a tattoo on it.
The right one does.
Yeah, look around on that one, see that it's all that, like that, and through the bit that's unbuttoned shirt, just look at that, and then.
Nathan, you're making this very weird.
Yeah, I know. Do you want me to say? Can you take off the rest of your clothes, please, Auric? I've got some more looking. No. Thank you.
Concern intensifies.
Yes, don't worry. Thank you. Hank, Auric.
Railers on the next bandwagon.
Why did you need anything? Or
It's weird. There's not many like. Six. I suppose. It might have been a degree of vanity, I suppose.
I mean, heck, aside from me, you're probably the second best looking one here. But I get to choose that. You don't, so revel in that as you will.
Even more on the bandwagon, Debbie. Even more on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
Hey, or it could be a female. You
Yeah,
never know.
Could. Male film with female. Oh,
Sorry. This is assuming that Flint only likes females.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah. We haven't had that conversation yet.
No, we haven't.
Like a fancy conversation between
Flint Goddamn, I look
yeah,
good.
forget about saving Vallaki or going to a winery. That's what we're talking about next. Flint will thank Auric, and what Flint will do is he'll pull out the portable hole, and with Mage Hand pull out. It looks already pretty well worn book and some quilling and writing it for the evening for a period of time. But if Auric's awake when he's finishes, he will notice as well, which would have noticed anyone who's really shared a room with Flint. When he goes to sleep, pretty much the only thing he'll take off is like a cloak and his boots.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably quite cold in
Barovia. It is. Think very like autumn, wet Britain weather kind of. That was too far off.
Probably observed it, not really thought much of it. Auric doesn't really take much in. He likes the randomness of life.
Yeah, but that's unless
he's no yeoman. No.
He's not. Yeah, if that was yeoman, my guy, I definitely would have told him to take all his clothes.
He would not have noticed.
He wouldn't have noticed. Flint was just taking. But Flint's perception the same, so he wouldn't have noticed either.
Take your clothes off. Why haven't you taken your clothes off?
Would anyone else like to
Yeah.
do anything before they
Yeah.
go to sleep?
I think that's it for me.
The last thing I'd like to do is like kind of like once everyone's gone to sleep, like I've still got this like 4 hours where I can do stuff. I'd like to pray to God, like after the after the conversations that we've just had. I'd like to pray to God and like try find out like a bit more about my past, like pre.
Okay, you can do a religion check for me. See what's going on in your meditation. See what secrets you discover.
Religion.
Natural 1.
I hope for Sterling's own interest. Oh,
There it
3.
is.
Unfortunately, nothing on this occasion except the clanging of a hammer against metal.
Okay, so that soothes me, and I go back. I go into my sentry's rest.
Max. After
Yeah.
Sterling very, very rudely insulted Oryx, permanent tattoo.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. You mean child's drawing that's on your arm that you can't get rid
Shut
of?
up.
5-year-old as well.
That's a
5-year-old.
5-year-old has scarpied on. You can't get rid of it no matter what you try.
Right, listen.
Felix would
All
know
right,
better
he's
than that.
gonna stare at it for a while and just try and make some sense out of it. Wonder, like, he knows why it's there, but like, what the
You
heck?
can make a Arcana check for me, please.
All right, I'm
Flint-
gonna see if this works.
If Flint's still writing.
A 10.
Oh, what's the word?
You
Flint's still
can't
writing, watch
unlock
it.
the secrets of it really. It just looks very intricate. The only thing you notice after proper looking at it, compared to you really haven't had a chance during the day, is it appears to have small like buds of flowers that have blossomed on the tattoo. That catches your eye. There seems to be several of them marked on the tattoo.
Okay. Were they there initially, or was that
Yes.
new development? They were
It
there.
just
Okay.
catches your eye because they look very different to the rest of the ivy, but you can't discern what they mean or anything like that. I'm afraid with a 10.
Do I know what kind of flowers they are, or?
No, not at this point in time. No.
Okay. Just a mixture of confusion and still quite aggravated.
You can see that on Flint's face as he's writing in this book. Because
Is Flint one of those writers that like reads out loud what he like writes down?
No, definitely not with what I'm writing.
He then touched his arm.
And then I did this, and
I will kill them all tomorrow. I'll kill them all while they are sleeping. I will burn down this whole town.
Don't worry.
I
I can
am
handle
working with Strahd. I do it again. I
Your
cannot
wisdom
help
is
it.
so low that I will transform into you, and I'll convince you to kill yourself because I'm here.
Yeah, but
Because
then
I stab you or myself. I don't know.
Changelings
So-
are quite intimidating.
yeah,
Sorry,
just
go ahead.
before. Oh,
Just to make sure my notes is all up to date for next session. I know this today has been very RP heavy, but it's been a good way to get everyone up to speed and basically get on the same wavelength of what they're going to do next. Am I correct? You are going to go in the morning quickly to Milovich to try and get more answers regarding the bones, and then make a decision depending on what you hear. Correct?
I mean, I'm going to go
Yeah.
shopping. But yeah.
Believe so.
Okay, it's just so I know what to prep for next session, essentially.
Yeah, me go shopping.
And I think if you guys do a long rest, which I think some of you guys are desperately after,
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
because I know the Shadow Demon's been beating the living shit out of some people.
sorry,
Yeah,
what?
Or
some people that
slash
ran
Ben,
away.
slash Ben. Ben beat the living shit out of some people as well.
Yeah.
I have
Not all of
one
us.
spell
Some
available.
people ran away from the Shadow Demon, didn't they, Bill?
You all can have a long rest if you don't want to do anything else. And I think that's a
Right.
very good spot to end today's session and get into the
My
thick
son-
of it next session.
Hey, my
The
son-
last thing
hey,
Yegor
gone next.
Oh,
Cool.
yep, one last thing.
The last thing Yegor would do before he
Is
goes
he,
to bed.
is he attuning to the armor?
Before that, he's going to offer a prayer for forgiveness, or begging for forgiveness to Tempest, and if not that, understanding.
Yeah, you hear no voice back.
And then he will
Dun,
attune to the
dun.
plate.
Okay. Good
Goodbye, Egg,
news.
off your
Good
deck.
news is it's not sentient.
Thank fuck.
However,
It's got Brad in it.
you do feel like a very weird sensation coming off it, but you can't quite discern what it is.
Fucking brilliant. But I do have a set of full plates, so
So you're
If worse
excited to
comes
go
to
to
worst,
sleep.
I remove curse.
Yeah,
Not
the
the
Ego's so excited he's going to sleep in the full plate.
no.
comfortable. I know Flint sleeps in most of his clothes, but
He slept in no worse. Oh, I'm over my carrying capacity. Oh, that's a shame.
I doubt there'll be more rolling. So
I think that's it.
I think
Awesome.
so,
In
yeah.
that case, I'll end today's session. I believe Joel might be able to answer actually to a degree. You don't have any WoW stuff lined up next week? Nothing coming out, is there?
Nothing now on Wednesdays. No, Wednesdays is now back to D&D for myself. But I know you guys are flipping between this and Storm King's. So
Thunder, yeah. Well, the thing is, because we're still very early on in that, it's a case of if you ask Ant, he'll probably chuck you in.
no, I'd rather not do 2 sessions. There's a
that's fair.
there's reasons for that. So
No worries.
One last question before
Yeah,
everyone fucks
go for
off. Who's got Chad?
I'd imagine Sophia,
It's
right?
still in Sophia's room, just propped against the bedside.
Right,
Wait,
so
it
if
was
it's in
always there
Sophia, if
in the
it's in
corner.
Sophia's room, how did I remove the curse from? Oh wait, no, I
You removed it
I was
from.
cursed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just, yeah, Joel, just add a great +2 great sword of misery to your fucking
It's
inventory.
no longer a +2 greatsword, just a greatsword.
Oh, is it removing the curse from me? Just remove the curse from it.
Yeah, they removed the magical properties off
Chad
it.
was giving it its power.
Chad was the source of his power. Yeah,
What's happened to Chad?
he's gone. As far as you're aware, gone.
cool. I've
I
added
mean,
a great sword to
someone
my.
might be able to
Adam,
reattune to him.
you.
I mean, someone might be able to reattune to him and get him
Yeah.
back.
Don't
might
know.
still be
He
there.
might not come back now. You
Yeah,
might have
that's
killed.
what I
You
might.
might have killed
All right, well
Chad.
then call it great sword of potential Chad.
Comes back as like Nega Chad or something like that. Evil version of him.
Rad, his older brother, likes to beat people up.
A -2 greatsword, but wants to murder everything.
Yeah.
It's not a +2 great sword, but it's actually this one's actually lawful good, not chaotic. It's not a pacifist. Sword of righteous fury. In which case, I'll happily have that back.
He might reject you now after what you did.
I mean, also you can only attune to one thing, I believe.
3.
No.
Sorry, artificers
is
get
it
more.
Okay, fine.
Shame we don't have any of those anymore.
So I
We've
need
talked a
to.
lot about Jotmon again this session. Why does he keep popping up, man?
Right, best character, 10 out of 10.
Best
Saving
character is not
Private
even in the
Yachtman.
campaign anymore.
Best character.
Saving Private
Mate,
Yacht.
you're giving me free
It's
reigns to do whatever I want with him, man. I'm gonna have so much fun with
It's
Jotmon.
because
So
we've
fun.
Is he
he
level
keeps coming
5?
up because every time he gets mentioned, yeah, Sterling like weeps.
Carries on the legacy of Yachtman. I can send you his character page if you want.
Sterling
You know-
only shows emotions on 2 different occasions: on the mention of Jotmon and then on the sight of bread.
No, it's
Yeah.
interesting how many like natural 20s Yachtman rolled and
Yeah.
how many natural 1s Sterling has rolled. Truly
We balance each other out.
Sam, you've got 12 natural 1s. Yachtman had 10 natural 20s, which, as I said, is still the most.
And he was only there for like.
Cool.
What?
I'm gonna deafen myself for a
seconds?
bit just to do a closing thing, so I'll catch you guys in 2 seconds.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, that.
Um,
Woo!
yeah,
Right, guys. Thank you for anyone who actually watched today's session. I know there's a couple of guys in the chat today, which was kind of cool. The VOD will be shortly be uploaded to YouTube, so it should pop up anytime. There is a link down below if you do want to go straight to the channel, but it is if you search for Just Infinite Consortium, should come up. Yeah, fun session, a lot of RP, a lot of figuring out what the next steps are because it is coming up to the conclusion, the big hurrah, whatever the word I'm trying to look for. My brain's gone absolute crap because it's been a long day. But yeah, it's coming to its big finale. That's the word. But yeah, a lot of interesting options. A lot of things that can go wrong. But that's the cool thing about Vallaki. It's a lot of prioritizing and seeing what best to do. So be interesting to see what they decide in most likely 2 weeks' time. Like we mentioned just a couple of minutes ago, next week is very likely to be Storm King's Thunder. If not, it will be Curse of Strahd again. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy, and like Sam yelled, like, subscribe, favorite, follow, whatever people do these days. And yeah, we'll be here next Wednesday for sure. Might have a couple of other intermediate streams between that date, just doing random stuff. Probably making some characters at some point, which I might stream in prep for Icewind Dale. I'm torn between a couple of character ideas I want to try out. So if that's your jam, do pop by. Yeah, in that case, good night. And with COVID and stuff, stay safe. Bye bye.